cried on his stream.
That's the extent of my dancing. That's all I got. So, now Phoebe's dancing. Oh, I can headbang. You want to headbang? I can headbang. I grew up in, I was born in 71. I grew up in headbanging. Like, I was a teenager when headbanging was a thing. So I can headbang all fucking day long. Just saying. Anyways.
Pictures.
Hi, everybody that is in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. I have new names here. I don't know who the hell you guys are, but thank you for showing up. I have one rule. Don't be a dick. That's it. Just don't be a dick to each other. I don't care what you guys do. You can talk about whatever you want. Don't be rude. Don't throw insults. So we got Ben tonight. Ben, how are you?
What's up? I'm waiting for a burger, and I'm really excited.
That's awesome, man. I love a good burger. Phoebe.
Phoebe's doing the robot.
Is that robot Vogue mixed with Walk Like an Egyptian? Because that's the vibe I'm feeling right now.
That's with Cthulhu.
Oh, let's not go there. That's fucked up. And then hiding over there, we have Mr. Math Pig.
Pee pee poo poo.
Also known as Pee Pee Poo Poo. Start the counter now. That's 2. So let me start the counter. How many Pee Pee Poo Poos can we get in one stream?
Pee pee poo poo.
So we're up to 4. Spooky, keep count for me, buddy. I don't know where Ox is, but I'm very disappointed in him because, I could ask Sandy to keep track. She does accounting, so she's good with numbers. Oh, JSL is here. No, Sandy said she's not counting. Never mind. That was a fast response.
Sandy who?
Yeah, Sandy. The Sandy. There's no other Sandy in our entire community that I know of.
Oh, no. I was making a joke about...
I know. I was being sarcastic back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Who's Jupiter?
A large
Jupiter.
cat with an ego bigger than mine.
No. What?
In genuine honesty, Jupiter is the very, 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 very first ever member of the Pigsty community. They were...
They's always safe.
The very first... they were the guard dog. They were like, imagine Phoebe.
They're the original Pee Pee Poo Poo.
They are the original Pee Pee Poo Poo. And we have Sharp and Height here.
Oh my God, I haven't seen Sarah in forever. Where have you
on holiday
been, young lady?
She was on holiday for a wee while, and then she was avoiding me because, I did the whole Math Keeney thing, and that'll scare anyone off.
Anybody would be avoiding that
Fair
shit,
enough.
man. It's true, man. Can't even argue with that shit. I mean, I'm sure some woman out there said, hell yeah, but...
And just to say, Sharp and Hyde...
Anybody in this house?
Sharp and Hyde is under at least... I would say at least a 3rd or 4th member of the original Pigsty as well.
Oh, yeah. No, I met Sarah on your channel because we were always in the chat together. So that's how I met Sarah. Yeah, no, Sarah's fucking great.
We used to call Jupiter Cerberus because they would bury 3-headed dog from hell. I mean that in the most loving way possible.
Are we just trolling with our names tonight, except the...
Adult human female.
I think
okay, hold on.
B should change her name to BB Poo Poo. BB Poo Poo.
You mean he?
BB.
Thanks.
BB. Because you're BE instead of PE.
And no, I know the best name I actually need to put. And B will like this. Pee Pee Boo Boo.
BB Boo 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 Boo. There you go.
Yeah, you're
Ben's
muted.
playing
Dude, I
that
was
game.
coughing. I didn't want to be rude.
If Ben's playing that game,
Finally,
This is
Ox.
for B. This is for B. No, my name here is for B.
and this
So
is
B-
for you.
That's my LB. It's my little brother.
What is the context of tonight's open mic?
Who cares?
There's
It's
never-
open
Well, I
mic.
do want to say I do have a couple of things I want to say. First thing I want to say is I've been between 499 to 513 subs for the last couple of weeks, so I'm going to call it 500.
You're according
because
to
I'm
my
generally
description.
staying over 5. I don't know. Somebody check
You're
for me. Let
bang
me know where
on
I'm at.
500 according to my screen right now. You are smack dab on 500 right
That's
now.
what I checked earlier. So we're gonna call this a 500 sub party.
Woo.
Yeah,
Excuse me while I
right,
go and unsubscribe.
right, Junk Shop. Context?
Yeah, we're gonna unsubscribe now.
I just downvoted your video. So.
Thank you. Yes, downvote it.
It's
fine with
technically an
that.
Australian thumbs up.
Be
Remember,
honest. If you don't like it, downvote it. Just
Yeah,
Gosh,
this guy you got on
Australian
PP
thumbs
Poo
up.
Poo, he's a fucking
Wow.
prick. You
Who
shouldn't
is?
have PP Poo Poo.
Who's a fucking prick?
I
He's
don't
a
even know
fucking
who the
prick.
fuck Pee Pee Poo Poo is.
Yeah, shouldn't have him
Remember-
on. Downvoting because of that.
all I can say is remember, if you are going to vote, to activate your downvote, you need to press the thumbs up and then press the thumbs down twice.
Does that make it both left
Thank
and
you,
right?
Cat. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Cat's my fault. Sorry.
If you see someone called Universal Discourse turn up, that's my fault.
Ox is technically my fault as well.
500 subs and one Dawn
Ox.
party, said Spooky. Thanks, Spooky. I'm glad you recognized me,
Oh
buddy. There
god.
you go.
See, that stream with Randolph makes complete sense now.
A stream with Randolph makes complete sense.
Oh.
You're on a different planet.
See, B
He
just
was-
caught on.
No, I
B-
have bad thing of Randolph on at the same time. Randolph was working on the roof of the
and he put his camera right behind
talk
him
show
where he
thing.
twirled his
so he
fucking
kept
ass
bending
in front of
over
the
and showing
camera.
his ass. And Bad Pig was like, "Man, you better watch that, Randolph. You're gonna hit that shit."
And Randolph had no headphones on, couldn't hear it, and it was just me doing commentary of his wiggling his ass in front of fucking B's camera. It was
And he didn't even mean to do it. It's just he was working on something. He kept bending
Wing
over,
it
and
left,
the camera
Randolph.
was looking right at his
wing
ass.
it right. That's it. That's it.
Now-
Bend over, lean down, Randolph. B's getting very excited. It was fucking hilarious.
For those of you
And
who are
what
lucky
funny
enough
thing
to be in
was-
the pre-show, you got to see my ass.
Yeah, well, no, I got to see most of your
Again.
ass actually.
That puts me about 95% because she pre-showed the other night and she did the other way.
By the way,
Front
Sandy,
shot, legs
or
open,
Ox,
camera
since
between.
Ox is keeping
Ah.
track. Ox, we are now at about 9 PP poo poos. 10.
9 PP poo-poos or 10 PP
11.
Please, as long as we're
12.
not making this a drinking game, because we'd all die if
Oh,
we did
no,
drinks
we'd all
every
be-
time we said pee pee poo
Only
poo.
coffee or tea
How
or
many
something.
pee pee poo
Soda.
poos are we going to try to
Don't-
fish into this pee pee poo poo stream?
Right, I
We
think that
just
we
say
need to
pee-pee
get the
poo-poo every
PD
time.
army in this, and we need to get
Okay,
a
16.
hashtag. I'm hashtagging PP poo poo.
17.
Are we? Are
Okay,
we
we're not
the
going to count all
cause for-
night. Stop it.
Pee pee poo poo's gonna trend on Twitter, and everyone's gonna be like, "How did this happen?" Like it is all
Because we're all pee
Jupit's
pee poo
fault.
poo.
It's all Jupit's fault.
Yeah. Damn it, Jupit. Whoever you are, I fucking love you already. Anyways, what was the other thing I wanted to say? Oh, so for anybody that doesn't know, because I don't even know if I talked about this on my channel, but I talked about it on a couple other channels. So I'm just going to say it. So I'm going to start transitioning by the end of this month. And so I would prefer he, him. And everybody that doesn't like it, sorry, I don't know what to tell you, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I already fucked up before you even said that. I got
It's
shouted
okay.
at earlier.
It's okay.
I know you're
No
screwed.
worries.
You're screwed. It took me 30
No
years.
worries. It's just, it's nice to be in a place that's accepting of it. One of you has an echo. Turn something down, please. And it's you, Matthew. Being in a place in our society and living in an actual place that this is more accepted. I have all these amazing people on YouTube that have my back, and including 2 of the people on this stream, and 3 because Robbie too. But I meant people that have either transitioned or are transitioning, so I can talk to them, and I have that support and that background. And watching my son go through it and start it and everything he did, and it encouraged me. And then I met more people on here like Jenny and then Purple and Jen from Jen's Little Corner, or Polymathic Jen, I think she is now. And then meeting Ben and meeting Phoebe. And so everybody out there, I just want to thank you, because you guys have been amazing and loving and supportive and really all of you have. So I just want to say
We're gonna do.
I'm done.
After you take your first.
Sorry, were you talking? I was tweeting out pee pee poo poo.
Don't spoil the moment, Robbie.
Joking, I was actually
Okay.
listening.
Well, on a serious note, though.
No purple. I just started announcing it this week. You just knew early, honey.
On a serious note, we're gonna have. I don't know if we want to have this on my channel or your channel, but after you have your first dose of tea, we're having a man bro stream where we just eat meat and talk about manly shit.
Fuck yes.
Like I don't know, it's gonna be great. We're gonna
I
have a
welded
man
my own
celebration.
barbecue.
We'll have to do
weld-
like a tool talk and a
Yeah.
beer talk and a meat talk.
Drills.
That's what
I
we'll do.
welded
We'll
my
base
own
it on those
barbecue.
three
I would-
subjects. We'll start out
I
by
would-
talking about meat.
I will
think we
teach
should do
you.
that.
I will teach you, young Padawan.
But all I can say is
I
that
feel like
tomorrow night, I have stolen B for an hour out of his life, and we're going to deep dive into transition stuff. So
Do you mind if I send Serpenhide the link B?
Oh no, Seraphim Hyde is always welcome here. I haven't had her on in forever because she was like busy for a little bit and then just kind of disappeared. And then she said in the chat that she's just really bad at communicating with people. So no, Seraphim Hyde is pretty much everybody that I know can come up here. And then if MathPig vouches for somebody that I don't know, that's cool too.
But also,
Yeah,
I feel like B doesn't need a whole lot of our help. B already knew how to be a man, like from forever.
I've
ago.
always been one,
You've
though.
always been a man. You're just
I really
now-
have. Like my brothers
Yeah.
are like when I said, "Oh, I'm gay," because that was my first step towards it, and I was too scared to
That was my first
say
step,
anything
too.
else. Yeah, at that point, because this was in 2001. I mean,
Should
that was
I-
20
right.
fucking years ago.
Should
Literally,
I send Jupit the link?
actually, yeah, Jupit. Yeah,
Would
sure.
you want him in? Do you want them
Yeah.
in?
Them,
Pee-pee
yeah,
poo-poo.
yeah. Bring
The
Jupit.
original pee pee poo poo.
pee pee poo poo.
It's okay, Seraphim. I always have fans and stuff running. If you have good enough background sound blockage, you'll be fine.
But we will have a man stream. It will be glorious. We will celebrate.
love that. Fuck yeah, man.
Your
I should show you my barbecue. Oh, my barbecue.
I want a
Is
smoker.
that a
so
euphemism?
bad.
Dude, I used
want-
to have a smoker.
want
I
a
use it as a
smoker.
grill and
Everybody- for
everything.
using the euphemism,
One of the
everybody
Webers
has
with the
my
top on
barbecue.
it, you pull off, and it has
Yeah,
the
all the
sections inside.
brisket, all
That's
the
the one you
brisket I
want.
would make. I want brisket. I want to make brisket so bad.
Oh, look, it's pee pee poo poo.
I am ready.
29.
Pee and poo poo.
All I can say
You're
is that the
pee-pee.
makeup of this stream
I don't
looks
care, I don't
familiar
give
to
a
the
shit.
makeup of another stream that you can't find on the
It's poo
internet
poo
anymore.
pee pee, actually, B. Get it correct.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
poo
I'm
pee pee
sorry.
right now.
It doesn't
No,
matter what order it's in. It's
It's
still
poo poo pee pee, he they.
Honestly, I'm really mad that you didn't name yourself BB Buzz Buzz.
why
I'm
buzz
really-
buzz because of the B.
Yeah.
But it's only one B.
Yeah, but
I mean, only
B-
one E. It's not an EE.
It's BE parentheses E and parentheses, and then do it again, and then Buzz Buzz.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Join
That's
the
a lot of
stream,
work.
introduce yourself to the host for the very first time, and then tell them that their name that is an homage to you without them ever meeting you is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You know me, Matt Pig. I'm a pleaser. I'll go along with it here. Hold on.
But I said I've now changed my name because of what Poo Poo Pee Pee has said, so I'm now BB Wasp Wasp.
Well, BB Boss Boss.
There you go.
BB
Oh.
Buzz. I don't like wasps,
He even got the grammar right to see that. No,
but bees are pretty cool. Lego
bees
Buzz.
are fucking
And they-
kick ass.
Speaking
Yeah.
of all this, I need
Please
to go
feed us.
pee pee poo poo, so I'll be right back.
It's a PP or pee
32.
poo. See, there's a difference. We
You can guess. You can guess what the answer to that is. But
we,
I'm not
we
gonna
will
tell
know
you.
by how long it takes.
Gastroenteritis is the answer.
Wait a minute. Math Pig at the local CD bar. I should show you my barbecue.
I don't like that one. No. I show you that.
The barbecue was actually a housewarming present. It will feed up to 8 people, has a chilling area and like a cooling area. It has even got thermostats and Oh, it is, and it's all charcoal. And you know, considering it's charcoal, the control that you have with it, yeah, you should check out my barbecue. Mm-hmm.
Whine about it until Supernatural is over. Fair enough. Josh, you want to come in, buddy? I could have Matt Pig throw you a link.
So that nobody gets annoyed when I leave at 2 o'clock in the morning, I have to be at work at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to leave at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Need at least 6.5 hours to sleep, you know? Gotta wash the ass and take a shit, and then sleep.
I have breakfast
We
already
call it
made.
the 3 S's. You know, if you're going to be a man, you know, it's the 3 S's. It's a shit shower and a shave.
That's
No.
I've called it that my entire life already, Matt Pig. I told you I'm a
can safely
dude.
say I never identified as a man.
Sarah!
personally.
Hi, lovelies.
Ah, why are we screaming?
How are you?
Because
Why are we screaming at me? What did I do?
I don't know.
Screaming with excitement. I feel
Oh,
like
okay. It's like, okay, having flashbacks to work now. That's not nice.
No,
Angry
excitement
customers.
scream.
Okay, I'm making it, I guess. Still trying to raise money for my stupid car to, pay off the repairs for my car so I can take it to a legit place to get it actually repaired.
Yeah, 16th of August for that thing that we talked about.
Sandy,
Oh, okay.
I quit asking you if you wanted to come in because you said to me, "No, I'm not coming on a live stream with you." So
Yeah,
I quit asking. But
I'm
if you ever
glad
wanted
that-
to come in, you could always ask. Always.
Does one
There's
of us
always
have to
one
leave,
to
or
come
do you
back.
have like the
Oh no, I
paid
got the
thingy?
10. I got the 10.
Okay.
Oh yeah, did you not hear
Maya,
Big
Maya,
transition? She's
Maya,
singing Big Dick all over.
Maya,
the computer,
Maya,
Big StreamYard.
Maya, I love you.
I keep
Maya's
all those
amazing.
in my drawer.
Maya,
School's here? Shit. Shut down the show.
Well,
Run.
damn.
Maya and my daughter actually ganged up against me and kicked me out of my own studio.
good.
Oh no, you think that's a fucking joke? That's no. Me and Maya had the banter for a couple of hours, and the daughter woke up and she came in, and
That has to be like the most adorable crew
basically
ever.
what happened. I literally got kicked out. It's like, no, excuse me, Daddy, we are talking. And she kicked me out. And Maya backed me up on this. No, I was
Yeah.
sent to the hall. I was just sitting in the hall. It was like, right, okay.
There you go, Purple.
I mean, at least she was polite about it. She said, "Excuse me, Daddy." She didn't
Oh
say.
no.
She would just like talk over you or something, like I do.
She's politely blunt.
She's adorable though, so she can do it. She can get away with it.
Maya said she's fucking adorable.
Yeah. Fuck you. Get out.
Who, me? Where am I
No,
going?
not you.
It's like I already went somewhere. I went to Orlando and I Chris, I did not tan. I just burned, and that's with like the 100 SPF shit. So, I'm allergic to the sun apparently.
I come home today and it stopped raining and broke 21 degrees, which was very nice of it.
I think it's like 85 outside. I don't know what that is in non-American. I'm sorry.
26, 27.
And inside the house, it's like 86, and then in my room, it's like 75 because I have my portable AC, which I'm happy you guys can't hear because that thing is loud. I
No,
think for Priscilla.
your audio is wonderful.
Also, 86 Fahrenheit is like 30 Celsius.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool today. It was like 100 the other day, and I was like just laying in front of like the poor wasted, like, my Jesus,
Cold.
I'm gonna melt.
Cold.
Hey, Sarah, turn down your volume just a hair on your mic, please. You're just a little. It's a little like coming in like loud and brash. It's brash.
It's like an old Formula One car engine.
She's holding your
probably
phone
because
and
I'm-
masturbating, and it causes this friction, you know.
You're not
That's
I'm
supposed to
wearing
tell everyone what
scrub
I'm
pants.
doing, by the
I was
way.
wearing a scrub shirt that I tucked in, but now it's the t-shirt tucked into my scrub pants.
Yeah. You don't wear scrub pants underneath of a t-shirt.
So I have to be quiet now. I've just realized Maya's shouting at me, so
I'm actually on my phone, so I probably won't be able to adjust my volume right now. I'm actually on my laptop, though. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm
Is
gonna
that-
be preoccupied for
Is
a
that
few
your
minutes.
fan blowing? Is that where the wind sound's coming from?
Yeah, it sounds
Randomly?
like I'm in a wind. Yes, I'm in a wind tunnel, basically. Sorry.
Because like it's an oscillating fan, isn't it?
I do have an oscillating
the
fan,
mukbang
yes,
is
as
done.
well.
That's what it is. It's oscillating. Every time it oscillates directly at you, that's the only time we get feedback crap.
Well, I
That's
do
what it is.
apologize. It's
That's
making
okay.
my room not stifling, and yeah. Otherwise, I'd melt.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of heat either. I don't blame you.
Well,
All I can
my
say-
my landlady / roommate just bailed on me to go to Washington, so she didn't have to fix the AC. So I'm stuck with just the portable AC for now.
Oh,
the
you
state or
bastard.
the District of Columbia? Which Washington?
Washington State.
Oh, the mukbang has started. Oh, here we go. The mukbang has started. That's all I'm here for.
Oh, Sarah, it's getting worse.
just mute when you're not talking, sir.
I am. I just forgot that time. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. It's just like random sometimes, and then sometimes it's like pretty constant. So, Stool said, "Stop with the NASA noises. You're not on the frickin' moon." And yes, Ox, it is pulled pork. Ox totally called that shit. Ben, is that pulled
Hey,
pork?
B.
Still, you owe me an 11-digit number.
D.
It's pulled pork
Ben.
on a burger.
Put Ben full screen. Put Ben full screen.
Oh, wait a minute.
That no,
Hold
that
on.
could be.
Who the hell is Puff Puff Pass?
Well, shit the bed. You noticed me.
You were. I had to.
No
Scroll.
way is that IQ with an actual picture and an actual
Yep.
name?
Who's
I-
got the
I-
snake eye with the Puff Puff Pass? Who is that?
Snake Eye Puff Puff Pass at this time of night may actually be Sammy.
It's Harmonica Man.
Oh no, we're gonna.
It's Puff Puff Pass.
I'm going to get on my laptop,
I
and
got-
I'll be right back. I have it started up.
Okay, honey. I'll let you in. Bye.
IQ?
Yeah, Matt Pig. I seem to have ran out of fucks lately, and I'm single now, so it's all.
Oh, well, should I say congratulations or I'm sorry?
Probably
I'm
a little bit of
s-
both.
I'm
Life's gonna
sorry
lie,
you had to
right?
go
I
through
made it
that.
through it.
Congratulations on your freedom.
Well,
How about that?
I'm going to
we can get
steal
into a TED
BB
talk about
Buzz.
freedom.
But yeah, no,
Now,
man,
Josh,
really,
I have a
yeah.
little bit of advice for you. Take some
Shoot.
acting classes, pretend you're deaf, go to the titty bar and get a free chicken sandwich.
Phoebe has
do
to
like
go.
chicken
Phoebe,
sandwiches.
thank you for coming in, honey.
I
Appreciate
will speak
you.
to you.
I did go to an art school. I've already taken drama
Manana.
classes, so I mean we're
Just
good
shoot
there.
me whatever on Twitter.
I guess it's
Yes.
we're just at
All
just add titties.
Bye, honey.
Phoebe, love you. Phoebe, love you.
Love you too, Robbie.
Bye,
Fuck
Phoebe.
off.
Hey,
What's going on?
I almost didn't let your ass in.
I noticed. I was wondering. if
Mukbang
you got-
boy.
Because I've got an ass. I got
Mukbang
one
man.
asshole on here one
Carry
time.
on.
I'm done. No more
I was
assholes.
here
for
for
me.
that episode. That's kind of why I did it.
No more Jimmy Rizzos. I'm not doing it, dude.
Oh, he was live earlier.
Oh, that's
Oh, I've
funny.
set him in full alerts. Depending on my mood, I might pop in and troll him. 12
Ever
Eastern. I
since
think it
Matt
was,
Pig's been going over there fucking with him.
I get
love
bored.
So what's up, Ollie? What's new?
Not a whole lot. Just relaxing.
Cool,
watched
man.
Watched a couple episodes of Firefly tonight for something to do.
Oh,
Nobody else gonna comment on
I heard that was
Firefly
a good
was
show.
sexy IQ is. No, nobody else. Just me.
No.
hold on. I'm getting around there. Welcome back, Sarah. Randy, how are you?
Free.
Oh, a little bit drunk, a little bit horny. How you guys doing?
Well, okay, so another day for Randy, no big deal.
Shit.
John,
It's gonna be that kind of party. I'm
Randy
sticking my
by
dick in the
nature.
mashed potatoes.
Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Apparently, there's no Beastie Boys fans here. Come on.
I
I'm
didn't hear
fighting
you
for my
say.
right
Oh,
to
yeah.
party.
Nobody remembers that shit.
Shutting me down.
I'm too young for the Beastie Boys.
I
I
forgot
haven't
to mute
listened
the
to the
video
Beastie
in the
Boys since the
background,
late
and it
80s.
just sounded like everyone was talking like all at once. Like, wait. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry about that. I'm back. Hi.
Randy
Hi.
disclaimer.
Yes, I'm 40. Get over it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Let me put out the Randy disclaimer. The Randy disclaimer is he's on a 6 to 8 second delay. He's not being rude. He doesn't mean to interrupt anybody. Nobody get offended. Carry on.
I'm
Then
gonna
I think Randy should go beep beep boop boop and then wait 8 seconds and then actually say his thing because he'll say that we'll hear beep boop, we'll be quiet.
Yeah, but then if he waits 8 seconds to speak, then someone else starts talking because of the
16.
pause, and then he's talking over top of somebody.
Well, that's
So
the
what
whole
I
point
have
of
him
the
do
beep
is I
beep
have
boop
him
boop.
raise his hand or his finger up, and then I pause everybody and let him speak. That's what I like.
He should just shout pee pee poo poo and we will all be quiet.
Jesus
That usually
Christ.
gets it done.
Ah,
really just-
36.
It's like 39 at this
Give it a
point.
shot,
So
Randy.
that means I have to pay attention to this screen now, so I can see when he raises his hand.
No, you don't. I'll just stop everybody.
That's right.
Okay, makes sense.
You think you can control the math pig?
Motherfucker.
That
Yes,
is that a
we
threat?
can. All we got to do is start a frying pan up, and then you'll shut up.
Me trying to focus on one screen is not going to end well.
All I
At
want to
all.
know is, B, are you running Dave's script?
No, I have not gone back to doing that.
Oh, God
try to
damn it.
control
Right,
Math
okay,
Pig?
Well, this
right,
is
I'm at
why,
the
Math
mercy of-
Pig. This is why I'm saving up money right now, and in about a month, I'm gonna. This guy does refurb. He works for my boss. He's our IT guy, and on the side, he does his own refurb shit. And he's got a really nice tower and a nice monitor. He's gonna sell me for $150.
Oh, brilliant. We'll get you all set up.
So, and it's only like 3 years old. He said everything's upgraded on it. You could. He said just don't do like any like high-end gaming shit. And I'm like, dude, I can't play that shit anyways. I just want it for streaming. He's like, yep, no problem. So once I get that tower, I can plug directly into the internet here, and I'm gonna have some kick-ass speed, and then I can run Dave's script.
Okay, streaming and gaming require basically the same things. So send me the specs before you buy it. I don't want you to
Okay.
be Randolph.
Okay, I'll text him and ask him what the specs are on it.
Yeah.
No, I mean I know general specs what they should be, and if I have any doubt, I just compare them to my laptop. And if it's close to my laptop, I'm not gonna fucking bother
Oh
spending
no,
my
no,
money
no,
on it.
Graham. We're not tech talk, but send me the specs before you buy it. You know, just
Yeah,
to make sure
okay,
it's
I will.
working with
I'll text him.
Again, is nobody going to talk about how goddamn sexy Josh IQ
No.
is? Is that
No,
who-
he's sexy. You guys, wait a minute. You guys don't follow him on TikTok. If
No.
anybody has TikTok, you need to follow him. He puts some really good shit out, and I
Josh
fucking
what?
really enjoy it.
Really?
And
I
he
got a
still
Tik-
looks
That's
that
my
sexy
TikTok.
while he's doing it. So
I've been busy doing that.
Is TikTok also spelled like FUCK space OFF? That's the same spelling, yeah?
I don't know if you type that in, you will end up on Twitter.
yeah, no, you'll end up on Pornhub. Don't do that. Dude. No, you've already got that in your tabs. Never mind.
Now, what is his TikTok? I need to go find this. I am curious now.
Josh
Oh my
P.
goodness. Right, Josh, you
513.
said you're 40.
wait,
yeah?
It's a 1 minute
Josh,
film.
Matt Pig. Shh. Go ahead, Josh. And what is it, Josh?
Josh P. 513.
Josh P513. There you go. Get him
Type
up on
that in.
TikTok.
Put your
I've
nice
been
little
subbed on
at
for
right
like
in front
2
of
months
it, and then
now.
there you go. You're off and running. I do.
Right.
I sing shit, and I put out inspirational videos. If anybody's familiar with my little fortune cookies that I was putting out, that's what it's fucking evolved to. Is the little videos.
Yep.
Some of them are like just videos pieced together with a message on it, and other ones are me just speaking shit. But you get to see my face. There I am. Come
And he
in.
does a couple stitches with people, and they're good. So yeah, check it out.
I used to
Good
post art on mine at one
Josh P513. Go ahead, Sarah.
point. I used
or
to
who
post
said-
art
yeah.
on mine. So I need to get back into drawing. I haven't done it in like a month because I haven't liked anything that I've drawn like at all. Need to get back into that at some point.
I used to draw all the time. It's one of those
Same
things
here.
that you just like.
No,
I did it
Sarah,
while I was younger. That's actually what got me into the School for Creative and Performing Arts here in Cincinnati. Was me trying to draw, but I ended up doing drama and fucking ballet for like a year. before I could go do technical theater. It's fucked up how you get into that school. You got to like audition. There was people there from fucking Germany. Weird.
Tick what?
It's a public school here. Ain't that a bitch?
I did a fun little stitch today. Did you see it, Josh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Randy has something he wants
Oh,
to
you have to check that out, man.
Randy's got his hand up. Go ahead.
With
It's been a
with
busy day.
the
I haven't really checked
okay, hold
TikTok.
on 1 second, Randy. With the I use the blue filter, and somebody said with the blue because it makes you look more manly, gives you like facial hair and shit.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, you know, stitch this. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I was just sitting here and I did it. It's kind of dark, but you can see that I have like you know, short trimmed full facial hair on.
Oh, that's
And
so
I was
awesome.
like,
You just looked at it and you were like,
that
yeah.
looks badass on me. I'm not even fucking. I look way better than I do now with that fucking beard.
Hey, you should go with the Fu Manchu.
I look like a neck beard when I do those filters. It looks horrible.
I feel like
No, man, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, come on.
We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna do unlike my son did it because my son, when he transitioned, he was like, "Man, my face it's growing in here, but I got nothing here." Right? He had none of the mustache handlebar part, but everything else was filling in on the chin and on the sides. He's like, "I look fucking Amish," and so his girlfriend said, "Fucking shave it." Well, first he wanted to come in thicker. She's like, "Shave it." He's like, "Nah, dude, I ain't shaving it. I've been waiting for this shit all my life." And he finally was like, "Fine, we're all wearing masks anyway." So he shaves it all, right?
Yeah, the more you
And
shave,
it,
the
and
better.
it came
gets.
in like twice as thick, and it
Yeah.
started looking badass. And his mustache is still thin, but man, I already shaved my mustache, so I don't think I gotta worry about that shit.
I have a mate that right there in the middle, no matter what he does, he's like 1 year younger than me, just a patch here, right in the middle. Just will not grow.
No hair, yeah,
No, it's just nothing.
bald.
Just bald, perfectly smooth, right there in the middle. Just will not grow. Nothing you can
That's
do. It's
funny.
like growing a beard in, and you can even now with the hairs falling down. It looks a wee bit thin over here. Yeah, that's the fucking bald patch. Just he's like doing a comb over in his beard, but
Leave me alone. It's bald.
Aww.
the worst thing is when you get a really good beard. The worst thing is when you get a really good beard and you try and trim a wee bit to the left, and you're like, oh, I have to trim a wee bit to the
You
left.
over trim it, and then you got to trim it out on the other side, and you keep
Nope.
going back and
Yep,
forth.
Robbie.
And then
I've done
after
that.
about 15, 20 minutes, you look at it and you go, it's perfectly even. It's also about a third of what it used to be. What the fuck did I do? Like,
See, I have a
I've done
solution for that, Math Pig. I'm gonna put some cloth on my face and draw where I want it, and then I'm gonna cut it at that point. So then I
this
can
is
just
my
like
solution.
take a mascara thing and draw the line onto my face, and then I'll always trim it properly.
That's your solution.
No, I just
there.
made
A
that
lot-
shit up on the fly.
Oh.
I was never thinking.
A
about
lot of the razors that you use now have got like a wee band at the top, so it's very hard to get, exactly where you want and stuff. Go old school. That is one particular thing, and you can set your direct exact line where you want.
Yeah.
Go old school.
That's
And
smart.
get the razor that way, and then you just tidy up using the other ones. But the other ones all have that fucking band at the top. We've 50 million blades in our razor. Yeah, but you've got like 6 mil of a
Yeah,
band.
but
at
you
the
can't
top.
get all the way down to your skin with it,
I
right?
fucking don't know where you are. It's the
Yeah.
cutthroat. It's old school, and I know it took me about 3 weeks to get it right. The actual learning of the motions and stuff. It's not something you can just. Now I'm rambling again. Going back to hiding myself. Beep, 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 beep.
Yep.
41.
Yeah, because
Anyways,
a razor blade pretty dangerous.
what were you gonna say before,
Sorry.
Randy? Now that we finally got back to you, because we suck.
I don't know. 6 topics later, and I can't remember a damn thing.
I know it
They're
involved
just
my name. You were
too-
saying Sarah, and I'm like, but what?
I don't know.
I forget about shit while I'm still on
I
the
think it
same
was
topic.
something about
Monica, man, the
Oh,
only
me
thing
too.
I can ever remember about you is
Same.
you against Jimmy
Josh.
when you got the floor and you just burst into stitches laughing for like 15 minutes straight where you couldn't talk. You just laughed at Jimmy for a full. It was very funny.
I remember Def Comedy Jam.
Somebody should send Jimmy an invite. Get him in here.
Oh, don't fucking tempt me.
And I do
No.
want to apologize.
No.
Since Josh has a southern accent, my
Jimmy
accent
who,
might
Carrie?
get worse, and I apologize about that.
Jimmy Rizzo.
Southern
Yeah, have another shot. Jimmy Rizzo.
to
Is
Cincinnati.
that like an Italian guy or something?
No, he's an old fat white dude
Sounds like a
with,
movie actor.
with
You
a,
talked to him.
with a gray
the drunken
beard.
guy that couldn't get out of
And
his
he was
chair.
drunk as fuck, and he couldn't get out of his chair, and we were
Oh!
counting how many times he had to do
that guy.
this. Yeah, him.
See, look, he just
No,
brings
Holy
his
shit,
smile
back on
that
around
guy
his
was
face.
funny.
See?
And he had
Randy,
to talk
that was a-
like, well, I think you need a distributor of this, whatever. You know, he'd draw his words out just to sound extra English. And it's like, dude, you're stupid.
Oh man, I popped
He
into
was.
one
Yeah,
of
that-
the
that
streams
guy
the
was
other
He was
day,
just
and
irritating.
I
He was
popped
just
into one of the streams the other day, and I couldn't describe it without making a cunt out of him, so I'll not. I'll just say go back and watch. You know, it's
Well, if you're going to make a con out of somebody, at least you
You're
can
gonna
do is
cause
be
a
nice enough to
beer
bring some
frozen.
vinegar.
Ugh, vinegar. I bet you like salt and vinegar, Chef. That's literally also the only thing I heard out of this entire
Yes, I do.
conversation.
Why make a cunt out of somebody? They're perfectly capable
Let's
of
see,
doing
what's
it
this?
themselves.
Know
You just need to bring it
your-
out.
I don't like
Right,
that
let's
as well.
do it.
Like I don't like
Don't describe
reaction
us.
streams. I don't like, you know, picking on the person for their beliefs. You know,
I
I'd
don't
rather
either.
I'd rather have that person on and allow them to defend their opinion rather than, you know, look at this Egypt made a video. With the exception of that really old couple that's like 70 and 80 and they think that the Bible was written by the devil and then they make songs about where they quote the Bible. So we're allowed to make fun of them.
Oh,
I
those
did do a
guys.
video that's coming out. I review an article by Answers in Genesis, but like I will pick on them all I want because they're actually spewing like, and I'm not picking on them for their beliefs. I'm picking on their science and how bad their science is.
Yeah, which is
So-
fair. That's fair.
I'm just at a point where I just don't care
Yeah.
anymore. I really don't care. First rule is do not argue with people that are alive about what happens when you're dead. It just seems logical to me. If you're alive, don't talk to me about what being dead is like. Whatever happens, whatever somebody told you, they were alive, and they told you what being dead is like. Really let that sink in for a second, and it's just the whole argument is just moot. Fuck it. Show me something, or I'm going to keep on
Yep.
going my own way. Let's worry about here, right now, the people that are fucking suffering, the people that are fucking in pain, the people who are fucking killing themselves because this society is just failed us on emotional intelligence education.
It's because we
I'm
were
trying to change
we
that.
were ran by a bunch of fucking stupid ass white religious dudes.
It's run by a lot of shit, and so
I mean,
far
that's what
a
started
small
us
amount
out.
of it has been good. Let's try to tip the scale a little bit. I can sit back and bitch about how fucked up the world is, or I can just do whatever it is I can to make at least one person's day suck just a little bit less because I've been there and I kind of got the cheat codes for you.
Yeah, right. No, I get it, man.
Life's the
Trust
best,
me.
but you know,
Yeah, ox, damn whites.
suffering becomes beautiful.
It's okay, I'm
Those
Italian.
who bear
I really have
great
some olives.
calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. Aristotle. Fucking love that one. Says a lot.
Nice.
I'm Irish. I can only be white or lobster. That's my only two choices.
White or lost?
White
Yeah, either
lobster
bright
or-
red or
That's
pale
what I
white.
say too. I'm Scottish. So.
Either you're
Parts of-
potato or you're lobster. There's no in between.
I'm actually Italian, Irish, German. So I always
Parts of
tell
me are
people I know how
basically
to
lobster
drink,
right
fight,
now.
and fuck.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all the drunk,
Same
angry
here.
people and the English.
I got more flags in the
Yeah,
US
yeah.
parking lot. I'm not
Ben,
even start
we're
naming this
definitely
shit
gonna
off, but
co-host.
It's easier to
I'm
name
just
off
the
what I'm
drunk
not.
people.
Yeah, I'm Scottish, I'm Norwegian, I'm German, and then English. So I don't know what the English are doing in there, but everyone else is drunk and angry. So
I always aimed for the channel as an Irish pub on a Friday night to come down the back, talk about God, talk about religion, talk about politics, get really angry and like punch the guy and smack him over the back of the head with a pool cue. But for every action of anger, you owe him a pint when he comes back next week when you become friends again.
Have you been to my pub?
The alarm, or is that me?
That's
Who did we lose?
normal to me.
Oh, Josh.
You guys can't hear my TV in the background, can you? I just feel like the speakers are
yeah.
up there.
No, I can't.
I'd kind of like to reiterate on what Josh was saying, if that's okay.
Yeah, man.
What was Josh saying?
Well, my opinion on it, it's not just being online and voicing your opinion about everything. It's about actually taking action to do something. Like our charity events or whatever. I actually go out and try to busk on the street corner and make money and everything. The thing about being a humanist is doing good things for other humans. And if all you're going to do is chat, you're not really doing anything, are you? So you might, want to go out and, raise awareness or make some money or do whatever. And that's kind of like what I like to do because, I'm a hyper asshole. But it's good to, I can't wait to go out and help other people. Yeah.
No, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree,
you
Randy.
too,
And that's
yeah.
why I always invite anybody on my streams or in my chat. Everybody's welcome here because I'm not going to be a dick. And because the
Except
bottom
for
line
you.
is we might learn something off of them and they might learn something off of us. And then we can get to know each other better and we can grow our community of people. And I don't care as long as people aren't dicks. And I'm not going to sit here and debate religion and atheism. I will sometimes discuss it with certain members on the panel. Otherwise, there's so many other things to talk about in the atheist community than what everybody talks about, which is atheism. So I just try to get everybody together. I try to grow friendships. I try to,
there's,
like I introduced Cadence and Junie, and Cadence and Junie didn't know each other, and I thought they did, and then now they're friends. So hey, that's one out of however many streams. I'm happy.
Yeah,
We
and
both have a support system now.
for that too, like because my channel's obviously very sciencey, and I talk a lot
sorry.
about trans issues. But I am working on two studies with surgeons in LA about how we are teaching about trans issues in medical school. So I'm boots on the ground as well, trying to fix our system. And I do have my channel to communicate what we can do better, but then I am actively working on research to make it better. So.
Oh, Marie's here.
activism,
Marie's here.
Activism,
Hi,
like
Marie.
Ben, like what you're doing, it starts from, what you're doing out in public. Basically, anybody, like I said, anybody can, go online and talk and do a stream or whatever. But what it comes down to is you choose to make a life out of helping other people. And once you do that, you're kind of whatever way you're going, you're kind of an activist, but you have to let that knowledge be known throughout the. I guess I'm trying to say the stupid people.
Ignorant.
Public. Yeah, that's it. Public.
Hey, Pig.
Yeah.
That was really edgy, and I hope you look at that image that I sent to you.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob.
Yeah, emo SpongeBob.
I fucking warned you it was emo.
Oh,
She's
it
ne-
really, really, really was.
Emo SpongeBob.
I'll send a link and the priv.
Is he a black sponge?
No, he's got emo hair and emo getup.
He's a fucking emo SpongeBob.
But kind of going back on the same conversation that we've been having.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I've
Thank you
noticed
for
kind
that,
of
Ben.
I've noticed kind of a problem with science communication and the medical field in general, and something that we've been seeing, especially with the current situation, is that
Mhm.
Doctors do a really good job at understanding things, but we are shit communicators.
No doubt.
And so, like, we need to do a better job at learning how to communicate effectively with other people and not just like stay in our little bubble and be like, oh, why aren't people listening to us? Like, we have a responsibility to educate and to actually phrase things in a way that is understandable and to make sure people are receiving what we're saying and not just spouting off whatever we think is appropriate, because I don't know what is understandable to the public. And so that's kind of an angle on my channel too, is like taking these complicated concepts and making it easier to understand.
Step one.
Difference between
Ben,
listening and hearing.
Translate the prescription pad.
Huh?
Nobody can do that.
What?
So step one. Translate.
Are you talking about the prescription that the doctors write? Oh, you can't read that shit.
Yeah,
I used to work in a
um,
pharmacy.
yeah, I know.
I worked in a pharmacy
That's what I'm
years
saying.
ago.
The first
It's
thing
all
to
electronic
understanding-
now, but I worked in a pharmacy years ago when it all came in paper, and you're
If
going,
you try to,
Yeah, you know.
translate it, you're
Fuck
gonna
does
summon
that
a demon.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we
That's
don't
true.
Oh,
tell you what's on it.
Hey, just
Okay.
leave it alone, man. Let the pharmacy tech take care of it. Don't worry about it. You don't want
It's
it to
really
go there.
just abstract. Just a signature like that, where it's just like kind of this proprietary scribble.
Yeah, and
It's,
that is a problem. I do get complaints on my channel for is that my handwriting is shit, and I acknowledge that, and there's nothing I can really do to change that. I'm too far gone. So
And you
I'm
shouldn't.
gonna, I'm gonna tell you,
shouldn't,
Ben.
Yes,
When
there
I
is.
was
that is
young,
Yes, there
artistic.
is.
If you want to translate a doctor's signature, grab an artist.
yeah,
Not somebody
Or a
who knows
pharmacist.
language, because it's abstract. They can tell you what that is. I guarantee it. That's how that shit
When
works.
I was a kid, Ben, I've always had horrible handwriting. So now, whenever I write something, I write it in all caps. It's the only way you're ever going to read it. If I
just
use
draw a
small
chicken.
little letters,
Fuck
you
it.
can't read that shit. And my mom used to, when I was a kid, she'd look at me and go, "You should be a doctor," because my mom was a nurse, so she knew it was true. You should be a doctor, and I'm like, "Okay, mom." And
Peeking.
randomly, you should be a doctor. It was her way of saying your handwriting is fucking horrible. Yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
My
I don't
handwriting
care.
is shit unless I'm trying to write pretty and slow because I am, I guess, technically an artist. But whenever I'm just writing fast, there's no way to translate it. It's a lost cause.
even when I'm trying, it is awful. So there's just no hope for me. I am too far gone, and I accept that.
try to write in all capitals, but instead of
Yeah.
making like all of them big, just make them small, like you were writing.
That-
and
How
once
do
you
you
get
write
used to
all
that, it will
capitals
come out so
in
much neater.
small?
Huh?
How do you write all capitals
on.
in small?
You just don't write them full size capital letters. You like a big W, H, I, C, H for which, or whatever. But you just write. You use all capital
I'm gonna go
letters.
check if the alarm going
Pretty
off.
sure
is
you
my
just misspelled the
car.
word
I'll
bitch,
be
but
back.
whatever.
What?
The friggin' heck is
What?
happening?
Sarah, Sarah, what? What'd you say?
So I'm pretty sure you just misspelled the word bitch, but whatever.
Oh no. I was going with WHICH. I'm really quite literate actually.
I know you're
It's
a hun.
amazing.
No
No,
worries.
I know. I'm just playing around. Go ahead,
At least
Randy.
it rhymes.
I
soon.
was wondering about that. Do you type straight? I mean, like what do you call it? Non-cursive writing or cursive writing?
Manuscript.
When you
I use
do
I,
it then?
I print when I use print. I don't use cursive, and it's still bad.
Really? Okay. Yeah. See, now
Yep.
I do calligraphy and cursive, and then people can't read it because it's too fancy and shit. So I have no idea what happened to where I'm like in 2 generations behind everybody else that's the same age as I am. My mother taught me how to write that, and she is just beautiful calligraphy writer. But yeah, I was just wondering how everybody does this. B, you were talking about writing in all caps and everything. Is that just like single print, or is that cursive connecting?
No. Just print, and I just make the rest of the words that aren't supposed to be all the letters that aren't supposed to be capitalized. I write them in capital letters and just make them smaller, like the size you would of something that's not capitalized. And that's how I write.
Oh, wow.
Anybody that's ever gotten a
that's
ticket?
different.
I mean, who here's gotten a ticket? You ever read it? It's all written in capitals. The
Beep,
police
beep, beep,
have to
beep.
write everything. The police have to write everything in all capital letters, so there's no misunderstanding of what they wrote. And that's what I do. That's how I write. It takes me longer to write, but it's faster than me trying to write neatly the regular way, because I will make a fucking mess of it. And Randy, nobody writes in cursive anymore. That's only for signatures these days. That's so when we were kids.
Kind of
In
true.
my school, taught cursive, and they made us write in cursive all the time, and then we don't use it.
Yeah. They don't even nobody ever uses it anymore. Purple said, I'm ambidextrous in
That's
most
weird.
things. My handwriting is illegible no matter which hand I use. Actually, I was born to be left-handed. I used my left hand until I went to kindergarten, and they told me it was the wrong hand, and they smacked my hand and made me use my right. And I think that's why I write so sloppy, because I'm like old enough that they did that shit to us, you know? So
Yeah, that's the devil's
when
way.
after I got older and my mom realized for years and years my handwriting wasn't improving. I said, I don't know, Mom. I said, I try to write neat. It just doesn't come out neat. And she said, well, you know, when you were little, you always used your left hand for everything. And I said, really? So I was writing an essay one day for high school. And in the middle of it, my hand started cramping, because I've always been one of those people that kind of like squeezes the pencil too hard. So I switched hands and finished writing it. They gave me an F, and I had to prove that was my handwriting, because they thought someone else finished the essay for me. So I had to go
because my hand cramps too.
I had to go in front of the teacher with a witness and write out a bunch of sentences with my left hand. And then they were like, oh, okay. And then I got an A.
Hey,
I was like, my
gotta
hand
split.
cramped. I just switched hands. I'm ambidextrous. But, you know, it kind of sucks. But at the same time, I have a lot of skills with my left hand that most people don't. So I can use both hands for all kinds of things. To all you ladies out there.
All right.
Just saying that.
My dad taught himself to be left-handed because his brother was left-handed, and he was jealous.
Really?
Hey, B, I got to take off.
Hey, all right. Hey, everybody. Peace out, man. I love
Josh,
you.
thank you.
See you guys. Nice seeing everybody. You'll see me around a little bit more. So,
All right, buddy. I appreciate that.
see you guys.
Hi. Peace out.
My video just got shared by Shannon Q.
Cool.
I tried getting Shannon Q on my
Awesome.
show, and she was like, I am just way too busy. I cannot.
I
She was
don't
right in the middle of moving and everything.
Shannon's
I haven't
my
asked her in a
atheist
while.
mom. She's my atheist mom.
I don't know who Shannon.
She doesn't answer me. She only speaks in metric.
And by the way, where the fuck did Math Pig go?
Oh, he left.
Left?
Left.
How did I not hear that?
He
Did I miss
waved.
Up in
He
smoke.
turned his camera on and waved, and then
He-
left.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
He said he was going to make it a short night, so
That's right.
you know.
When Shannon Q shares your shit,
I don't know who.
you're the
that
fucking
she's-
bomb.
She's actually been supporting my channel since day one. Like,
Really?
yeah. Yeah.
Dude, we gotta get her on for a talk. Do that.
Oh, I'm working on that. I've got a couple topics I want her to cover for me.
Nice.
But
Nice. Yeah, she's great. She's really great, and she's funny and sarcastic and brilliant, and yeah, she's pretty cool. For sure. For sure.
Sorry. I'm going to mute because of the traffic.
Purple
and I
said,
don't
how do you,
apologize for turning everything into a mukbang. That's just who I am now.
Turned
Purple
everything
said,
into
how
a
do you
what?
make a short
I'm sorry,
night?
Ben,
Do you
did
cut
you
him off at the knees?
Just a little flesh
Dun-dun-dun.
wound.
Yeah. Monty Python, Black Knight.
Don't even get started with me on that. It's only a flesh wound. I will kill you.
Yeah.
You have no arms and no legs.
That was a great scene.
So good. The whole movie. I just could watch that. I'm telling you, I could watch that like every weekend and not be disappointed in it. It's just so fucking funny.
Oh,
And coconuts aren't
That
even
group of-
indigenous to this area. Where'd you get those?
yeah.
Whatever do you mean? You don't even have any horses. Well, certainly I do. Love that fucking movie. Best movie ever. Really good if you're drinking and smoking too, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
That's
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
get a good buzz going and slap on some Monty Python, man. I'm telling you. And the second best thing to watch is when you're done with Monty Python's Holy Grail, you go right over to History of the World Part 1 and watch that next.
After that, you go to Life of Brian.
No. You gotta do different. You know,
I got to be honest with you. I love Monty
the
Python. Don't get me wrong.
Inquisition. Oh, sorry. What?
I love Monty Python. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm drinking and smoking, I want to watch Up and Smoke.
Oh my God, that's a way to top off the night.
Really?
Is some Cheech and
Yeah,
Chong,
that's
man.
good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! I used to laugh. Oh, we used to smoke so much. And
I
watch Cheech
laughed
and
so
Chong.
hard at that. I watched it again with a couple of people the other night, and it was like I was saying all the words at the same time they were saying them. So I had the thing memorized, but I was still laughing in all the spots where you laugh because it was just so funny.
Junie, what's up, sunshine? Miss your
Junie.
face. What was it I was gonna say? The other one you can watch is you can also watch Blazing Saddles if you want a different kind of Mel Brooks. Also,
Yep.
still hilarious, full of racial slurs and horrible, but that is the point. It's supposed to be full of racial slurs. They're actually
Yeah.
picking on people that
Yeah.
are like that and laughing at them. So please, no one cancel that because it's actually a parody, it's not a documentary.
I'm actually surprised they haven't tried to cancel
I have to
that
make a
yet.
statement about that movie.
Go.
Which one?
My old brand manager, that's his favorite movie. Now, he just happens to be a gay black man, and he's also an award-winning filmmaker. So
nice.
he lived out in Hollywood for a while. So, and he was my brand manager on Twitter. That's why I have 5,300 followers right now to this day because of this
Dropping
guy.
like flies.
But it's all about film and everything. And he was telling me about Blazing Saddles. He's like, yeah, it's my favorite movie because it is so bombastically ridiculous and funny the way the script was to expose bigotry. I'm like, you know what? You're right. That's what it was. Just like you
Yeah.
were saying, hey, Gene Wilder, you got to understand, these are simple farm folk,
Now you have to think
Moron.
about it like this too. I want everybody to look at it from this point of view, okay? If they were being racist pigs, they wouldn't have made the black guy the smartest person in the whole entire film. It was literally meant
Yeah.
to pick on racist, dumbass assholes. Literally what it was for.
Mel Brooks ain't doing that type of stuff a lot.
Yep.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't let him shoot me! Don't let him shoot me!
Yeah. Somebody help that man. He's like walking around like this. He's going to get me. He's going to get me.
He's like,
That was one of the best TV or movie scenes ever.
I
Did
had
you
an
know that
ex.
was
and-
the first movie
uh-huh.
that ever portrayed a bunch of people sitting around a fire eating beans and farting? It was the first movie in history where all the cowboys are sitting around farting and eating a bunch of beans.
Yeah. Because all they
All
ate
the
every
white
day was
guys.
beans, so like all of them farted. Nobody ever thought anything
Yeah.
of it.
And then there's Mongo
Purple.
sitting over there.
Yeah, you're going to waste my time
Mongo.
again when I got other things I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, what are you
Yes,
supposed to be
Purple,
doing,
we love you
Perps?
anyways.
I got to be
Join
packing for my
us.
trip.
What?
I got to be packing for my trip.
One
Trip
of us. One
to.
of us. One of us.
Yeah,
one of
I'm
us.
leaving Friday to go back up to Michigan to retrieve the stuff we left in storage and try to tell my family about trans and yeah, so should be loads of fun.
Okay, so I have to say, Theo, Airplane was one of the other that should be mixed in with the rest of the group of movies to watch over that weekend because now we're into a whole weekend of movies. You definitely have to throw Airplane in there. Naked Gun was pretty good, but nobody can touch Airplane.
Yeah.
When the guy's like, Still got
Yeah.
that drinking
And I
problem?
wouldn't so much go
Yeah.
with the Naked Gun
I mean,
movies
it's
since
just
the
good
Police
shit.
Squad TV show was better, right?
And
What?
also
Sorry,
in
what's that, Ali?
Airplane is William Shatner doing the door thing. Every time they walked up to the door, they had to go shh, and it would open, and they go shh, and it would close.
Yeah. That's Airplane 2 when they're doing the one where they're going to space.
Airplane 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Roger.
Roger.
Fucking love. That's good shit,
Hey,
man.
Purple,
You can't find a movie that
don't
funny
call
anymore.
me
I swear to
Shirley.
God. And if you're going to planes, you might as well go to planes, trains, and automobiles after that.
Oh,
Did you see that football game? Yeah, man. It's a good game. Good game.
Okay. Randy was trying to ask something.
Go ahead, Randy. I want to roll.
Purple, if you need some help loading stuff up or whatever, it's not a problem for me to go, 3-4 hours over to Escanaba, give you a hand.
Yeah, it's actually right down by the Wisconsin-Michigan state line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care. I need to get out, and spit on people. I mean, travel.
Spit on. Oh, who let him into my stream? Oh, never mind. It was me.
He wants to scare the locals. That's what he wants to do.
If you can deal with the small
No,
town,
actually, I want to go along Highway 2. There's a bunch of, it's like a rich person's home. You know how they have their name on a giant boulder carved in, and you got the big pillars on either side of the driveway, and the driveway's all paved, and it winds up to this big old mansion. Well, on the other side of that, right next to the road, is about 5 different statues, and one of them is a cow with a skirt lifting it up and doing this, and her udders are hanging out. She's in like a 50s polka dot skirt, and I'm like, I need a picture of that. And he's got like 3 or 4 statues of just dumb shit like that. And so
You'll have to tell me at some point,
way,
Randy. Randy, at some point you have to tell me what town that's outside of, because I believe I've drove by that before.
Yeah, I know you have, because you've been along Highway 2, right?
A lot. I don't know. Maybe.
I think you have, and I know you've been across the Mackinac Bridge a few times. So yeah, you're just coming into
Twice
Wisconsin.
exactly.
Basically, it's like 5 miles from Wisconsin, and you look over to your right, and there's this cow holding her skirt up, going ee, and her udders are hanging out, and it's like, what the fuck did I just drive by? I know I'm sober.
I'm gonna tell you, in Alabama, I saw a about a 22 to 24 foot rooster, and he was made of metal, and he was welded together.
Yep.
And he was like a Rhode Island red, or whatever you want to call them, the big roosters with the long and the big long feathers coming off the back that I can't remember the name of right now because I've been around chickens since I was a kid. And it was really it was actually pretty cool. And my kid was with me, and I was driving truck, and he got some pictures of it for me. It's so fucking wicked cool, but I was like, why is there just a giant cock next to the road? And there's a church, and there's a giant cock. I don't know. Giant cock. Just standing next to the road.
Was there a metaphor there?
No, I absolutely meant rooster.
No, not you.
Oh.
But the placement.
Dude, I was driving through Mississippi.
Going down the road.
This is the best thing ever. So I was driving into Mississippi, and I had to like leave the highway and go down like a state route for like, I don't know, 45 minutes or something like that. Or it might have been in Alabama too. Talladega. I was heading down to Talladega with paper or something. But anyways, so alongside the road there was like this gun shop, and it had like a big giant fake like automatic AR-15 M16s type of thing out front, wooden, and it was like guns, ammo, and big flashing neon signs. And then next to it was a porn shop, like lingerie, blah blah blah, movie shop. and then there was a big sign that said Jesus saves, and right past that was a church, and because it was a small fucking town, and then right after that was a sign that said real men don't need porn. I love driving through there. I drove through there probably 20, 30 times, and every time I drove through there I would just laugh. It was fucking hilarious. And it was funny because the porn shop was good size. The guns and ammo place was huge, and the church was like this big. It was just this little building, and I just laughed and laughed.
Who's familiar with Fort Bragg?
But we're both Army.
All right.
Look out.
Okay, next question.
The Army people.
Next question. Who wants to go to a strip club with me in a month?
To Fort Bragg?
At Fort Bragg?
Dude,
Yeah.
you don't have to go to Fort Bragg. Every single military base across the United States has a bunch of strip clubs out. 3 to 6, depending on how big the military base is. Every single one of them.
I know.
Except
I know.
for the one
I
right
used to be
near
a
my
driver.
house.
Remember, B? I
But
used to be
Bragg
a
does. I have drove
driver
by
for
Fort Bragg, and there
senators
are
and
some
shit.
nice ones there. Yes.
But Fort Bragg has
Large.
airborne.
Yes.
Yes. That's why they're
Yeah.
so big.
Yeah, 82nd Airborne. I was in
We all
artillery.
know
Um,
the only thing airborne cares about is
but-
airborne. So
Word. All the seamen care about are other seamen. Dun dun. And if anybody knows anything about the
But enough
military,
about a naval
the
base.
Army and the Marines always laugh at the Navy because the Navy are stuck on ships for so
Yep.
long with just a bunch of fucking men that they all start sucking each other's dicks. And everybody knows it. So we all laugh at the Navy about
Yep.
that.
it's
That's what we're laughing
competition.
about.
It's competition.
mean that my-
It's
Does that
like
mean my
two
roommate
football
laughs
teams.
at herself?
Yeah, does that mean your roommate what?
Does that mean my roommate laughs at herself because she couldn't decide whether or not she was Navy or Marine? She finally decided on Navy. So she was previously claiming that she was part of the Marines. Does that mean she's
No.
laughing at herself?
No.
No.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
technically,
Totally
because
different
once
scenario.
a Marine, always a Marine. So technically,
Did
yes.
she? Is she just saying
Yep.
interest, or did she actually enlist in both or commission in both? Did she join both?
Did she join the Marines and then switch
Because-
over to the
because-
Navy?
From what we know, she was in the Navy, but she couldn't just remember or decide whether or not she was part of the Marines or the Navy because she was trying to decide what job she did. She finally decided on Navy because she was having a fight with another
Then
friend's
you're
husband.
not.
Then it
Because-
doesn't matter. It
Then
only
you're
matters
not,
what you
because in
join.
order to enlist, you have to have an MOS set when you sign that paperwork. So if she didn't have an MOS set, they probably wouldn't let her join until you have to pick where because they have to know where to send you.
The one exception I could is if you were a Navy corpsman and you had to decide if you're going to be Navy side or Marines, because Marines use the Navy's medical system.
That's true.
But even so, you only get to claim Marines if you joined the Marines. So
Like,
you
you
only
have
have to
to-
claim whatever
have to-
branch you joined.
You have to make it through boot camp for the Marines before you're considered a fucking Marine. Because until you do that, you're not
even-
official. They can kick you out at any time. No must.
And even
no
the
fuss.
Navy corpsmen that go green side, they are still Navy. They are enlisted
Yes.
Navy. They just work with the Marines.
Right. Correct.
Okay, Randy
Yeah.
had a hand up again.
And instructor wise, has anybody been to Cherry Point?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
So you start talking in the
Uh,
Army,
yeah,
and
I
I
was
start
in
talking
SF
like
and-
I'm in the Army again. Negative.
I've only been in the Army for not even a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
year.
same here, B. You know, this is why we get along
Negative.
so good because we got that.
Because it's not.
We need
It's
to
never
switch
yes
that
or no.
light
It's
switch
never
over.
right, or because you don't want to think somebody think it's a direction. So it's correct. It's negative.
My brother
Or
was in
yes,
the Navy.
sir, no, sir, ma'am. Anyways, Cherry Point. Yeah, I used to
That's
teach SF instructions for survival, and the Marines and Navy came into play too, as you know, it's come to shore survival and things like that too. So a lot of swimming and things like that. Oh boy, that was fun going there. So you know, you get like 4 branches of military, and here you are. Everybody's expecting to learn something from you, and you're like, Okay, I hope I don't come off as a big ass dummy. I better walk around and yell at people for a while.
My brother
Yeah.
was in the Navy, assigned to an LPD, which is basically the floating troop carriers. He said their job was to throw the Marines on the beach and get out of there before anybody could shoot at them.
Pretty much.
Yep. Drop off.
See,
on
I'm
a
just
rope.
medical. I'm only like half military, like in all honesty. Like I was a direct commission. Like I'm like as little military as you can get while technically still being military.
Ben, you might be able to relate to this scenario. Let me just paint your picture. Everybody's out, you know, on the DZ or whatever the hell you call it, you know, and this artillery unit is all set up and ready to fire. You know how it is in the military. Everybody's all excited and got to just work super fast, and you already have to have the thoughts ahead of time. You're thinking on your feet. Okay, so you get one guy, and he goes out there, and everybody's all hyper and wanting to throw them rounds down range and everything. And you're supposed to have a lanyard going over here to this howitzer and going off the firing mechanism, and then you twist this way, and then the thing fires, and you get about 4 feet of recoil. Now, that's an awful lot of recoil because you got 15 pounds of gunpowder behind what you're doing. Okay, and these M198 howitzers are the recoil is 4 feet, and there's about, I don't know, a couple of 1,000 pounds moving backwards at 4 feet. So, okay, this is the scenario. Somebody reaches out there and finger pops off to the side, and then the recoil comes down and chops them off at the hip.
Oh God.
And their intestines are hanging out. What do you do? Do you... I mean, I took
know
a
what to
field
do.
bag. I took a field bag and wrapped this guy's guts up and everything, and like duct taped them together, and then put his leg on the side of him. And then he flew off to Rayford, or not Rayford, but Womack Army Hospital, Fort Bragg. Would there be another better way to do something like that other than the layman doing basic battle tactics to save your buddy's life? Would there been
That's what you
got
gotta
to
that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Like obviously like use the best people and equipment you have, but like if you're out there, you use what you got. Like, and then as soon as you can get the fuck out of there, you get the fuck out of there. But like, I mean, in an emergency, you do what you have. And that sounds like what they had. Yeah.
The first thing is always to stop bleeding. That's always a number one. Don't move them or anything. Stop bleeding as best you can. If that means like shoving a bunch of uniforms up against the stump and tying them on and cutting off the circulation to the stump, you fucking do it. Cut off all the circulation you can to that stump because it doesn't fucking matter because once that guy's leg off, they're not going to get him back fast in time unless you're in a city near a hospital. If you're in like a war or survival situation, you're not getting that dude's leg back on there. So just cut the fucking circulation off, save his life. And if it's like a big open, like the stomach is open, you pack as much cloth as you can in there just to keep the bleeding to a minimum. Pack it as tight as you can and just get the fucker going and move their head and neck as little as possible.
Okay.
That's
the
that's
boots,
the main thing.
the whole
Stop
9
the
yards,
bleeding.
boots.
Yeah, stop bleeding.
Yep.
Pack any open wounds that you have. If there's anything stuck in somebody, you never remove it. Because if you remove it, they'll bleed to death like that. So you always leave it in. You cut it down
That's
if you
what she
can,
said.
as small as you can, close to their skin, without hurting them, and you send them the way they fucking are. If some guy falls on a rebar, and this happened to my ex-husband's friend, he fell off of a scaffolding and he had too long of a fucking rope on, and so it didn't stop him. It was attached to his harness, but he had too long of a rope. He was tied off too close to where he was. So when he fell, he just went straight down, landed on his ass, on a piece of rebar. It went all the way through his body and stuck out his shoulder.
God.
You know how they took him to the hospital?
With the bar.
The ambulance drivers called the fire department and they brought a welder over that they knew, and the guy torched the fucking rebar off at the end, and they took him in like that. It missed every single organ in his body, and he was fine and back to work in less than a month.
That was
Tell me
on
that's not
television.
fucking luck right there. That dude was not meant to die, man.
That
He
was
not meant to die.
Yep, that was one of the rare things that was on, like the almost miracle things that was on television. I saw that, it just explaining the whole thing come out like right here. Missed
of course,
every organ in his body.
Oh, it did.
That's an
It did nick
example.
his lung. He did nick his lung, and they had
But
to
that's-
repair that. But
that's
it's
minimal.
really fucking small, and they didn't even know about it for hours because it was such a tiny little, like it scraped it. You know.
So this is an
Little
example of where a
You okay,
theist is going to
Purple?
say, well, it was a miracle. It was obviously God's
It's
intervention.
not a miracle. That's fucking
Sorry
dumb
about that.
luck, man.
Yeah,
Literally
exactly.
dumb
That's what I
luck,
would
'cause
say.
he was trying to
Yeah.
walk around without
Yeah.
having to move the rope, so he put too long of a rope on purpose. He totally did it to himself. Yep.
Randy, I sent you a DM on Twitter. If you're actually up to making the drive on Monday to help me, it would be appreciated because I don't think anyone else is going to be available to help.
Yes, I will help you. I said what I said, and my word
Okay.
is my bond.
See, such a good community, man.
Well-
All kinds of love.
Yes, I sent you the basic information on where the town is. I'll send you a specific address later.
You know what? I've been wanting to go on a road trip for the longest time. I'll bring my harmonicas, and I'll be there to help you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
And you'll get
'cause
to
I'm-
meet my family.
I'm the harmonica
Everybody always
man.
thinks they're so nice.
Yes, and you could use a friend to back you up as well. So I will
Well,
be there
Sloth
for
Girl's going to
you.
be going with me, so I'm not going completely alone.
Okay, so we can play checkers.
Do you pitch horseshoes?
Oh, I used to love playing horseshoes.
Something.
Burps. Horseshoes, man.
Well, the
It's like
This-
outside bowling, but more fun.
the stuff I've had in storage is in a shed on my mom's property. And she's got a horseshoe pitch there.
Nice. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I haven't
love
pitched in
horseshoes.
quite
All I
a few years.
require
So.
is fresh suction.
I like darts, shooting pool.
Yeah, I used to do darts a lot too, and I want to get back into that.
Darts
You know,
are fun.
Well,
Darts
with the
every week
apartment I
against
have
my dad.
now, I actually have a place that I can put a darts board. If I put on the door of the closet at
Excuse
the end
me,
of
I
the
shall
hall, I've
return.
actually got the clear 8 feet for it.
Ah. You have the height too? Tall ceilings?
Well, 8-foot ceiling.
No, that's high enough. That'll be all right. You have to be careful with that, though, how far away you put the line, though. You need that more of an arch. So the farther back you put it, the more head height you need. But yeah, absolutely. That's a great spot.
Well, I'd have to look up what's the regulation height again. I used to remember.
5'7" or 5'9" and 3/4,
Yeah, that's
Whatever
I
it
knew it
is.
was an odd fraction, and that's why
and
I've
then
got to look it up.
it's 7'9" and 1/4 or 3/4, the opposite of whatever the one at the other dartboard was, is the distance out from the wall.
Not the
just
distance
happened
from
there?
the wall, the distance from the face of the board.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You drop a plumb line straight down and measure down.
Yeah, I used to pitch darts in the tavern where I used to live. Oh God, that was back in the late '80s somewhere.
Yeah, I used to play in a league back in the 90s myself.
Nice.
Yeah, that
But
was
it was
back when
no,
I was helping take care of Sloth Girl's daughter, who was like 3 or 4 at the time.
One of the bars near me has a dart league thing.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd actually want to get into a regular league. It would just be nice to go back to doing it. You know, it's a hobby that doesn't take up a lot of space. So many things I just don't have the room for.
Yeah, you're right, Perps, because it doesn't take up a lot of space, and then it is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, like this would actually be a good location to have like an electric bike, but I don't have any place to put a bike.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It would wind
know,
up
like,
being
the
locked up
bottom line
outside
is-
in the weather and, worried about
Yeah.
theft and vandalism.
Yeah, no, it's true. But the bottom line is it's better to do an electric bike or any kind of bike at all than it is to have a bike in your house, because the fake bicycles in your house, you will end up being a clothes rack. It's like just proven. Just don't. Unless
Well-
you really are committed to using that thing. My ex had a fucking treadmill. It ended up being a clothes rack.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a treadmill and a stationary bike up in a public area upstairs, so I can use those. Back about 25, 30 years ago, I used to do a lot of bicycling, to the point that sometimes I'd ride up to 75 miles in a day.
nice.
But like I said, that was a long time ago, and I'm just not in the condition for that kind of thing anymore. But it's like where we wound up and where the main shopping district is, it's like virtually everything we go to is within 5 miles of the building.
Oh, that's great.
So if I had an electric bike with a 10-mile range, that pretty much covers everything I need to do in a week.
Word. I can dig it.
I don't have enough room in the room that I rent to have a treadmill or a bike or anything. So
Yeah,
those are kind of out of the
I
picture.
that's my problem,
have
is
a-
I don't have a place to park the bike that wouldn't be blocking something.
I have a wrestling mat and I have a grappling dummy.
A grappling dummy.
Yeah, for my wrestling mat, because I don't have a training partner at home. So I got the dummy even before COVID, because I was in school a lot. Like, I was in medical school, so I couldn't go train jujitsu as much as I wanted to. So I got my dummy to drill on at home. And then COVID happened. I was like, hey, I have a grappling dummy now. So that was nice.
Nice. Yeah, just so you guys know, Ben did name it B. So anytime he wants to kick my ass, he just goes and beats
I named
on
it.
dummy.
Well, I mean, I named it Bob, but close enough.
Ah,
I
two
am
B's,
jealous,
an O in the
but,
middle. I like it.
Yes. Yeah.
The O in the middle, is the O in the middle like
All-
mouth shape on the dummy? Like, is this like a blow up doll kind of dummy or an actual
No,
like workout partner?
it's actually pretty heavy. Because I weighted it down, so it's like an MMA dummy.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you've seen any of those? Yeah, but
No,
I
for real
weighted
it
it.
is? That's
It's got
cool.
like 25 pounds of beads in it, so it's,
Nice.
It's actually
Nice.
pretty heavy to
Yeah,
play
no,
around
I've
with.
tried to move one of those coincidentally one time, and it was really fucking heavy. Like, I thought I was just gonna grab it and move.
You're
it,
talking
and it
about
did
the
not
ones that
work out
look like
that
a torso of a guy, and it's just like really solid ass rubber filled with crap.
way. Yeah, with no
Mm.
arms.
No,
Right.
not those ones. This one has arms
Oh.
and legs.
Yeah,
Because this one's
Oh,
for
shit.
grappling. Because
Oh.
I got to be able to armbar, I got to be able to heel hook and like leg lock. So I have that one. Occasionally I do pick it up and wrestle with it, but it's a little bit harder. But yeah, I do lots of drills on that thing.
Yeah.
You need
SPM.
some shit.
How the hell are you? Junie said, "I'd love one of those to train with, Ben."
Oh, it's great. They're fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ben,
it's never as
you
good
have
as
my
a real
former
partner.
haircut, and I'm jealous.
Well, no,
I
It's
reform
still-
my haircut.
it's still kind of like a blow up doll. That thing's only going to do so much, so most of it's up
Yeah.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Ollie, I know you have something to say.
What's that? I'm sorry, I'm playing Diablo. Trying to distract you.
Harmonica Man wanted
Yeah.
to say something.
I can't remember now, but Ben, it's pretty cool to hear the stories and everything. A lot of the things that I used to be into when I was young, like you, and you got the haircut that I used to have too. But watch out for this shit. You don't want this shit right here.
Yeah, luckily my dad
And you,
has really nice hair and he's in his 50s, so Hopefully it'll be
My
good.
dad
for you.
had male pattern baldness.
And my dad
almost
has
all my brothers
nice-
have it. 3 of them have it. And actually, Richard's really isn't too bad. The other 2 have like a little patch on the front right above their forehead that's like 3 inches long and 1 inch wide, and then hair around the back. And so they just shave their whole fucking heads now. So I don't
My
know.
dad
We're
has
going to
really
have to.
thick hair. Thick, nice
Disclaimer.
hair.
Mine gets
If
too
you
bad. I'll
should
just shave it all
ever
off.
inherit this curse, if you should ever inherit this curse, just tell people that's what you get from doing U-turns under the bed sheets.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I'm not. I'll have to,
If anything
I need
ever
absorb
happens to
that for
me,
a second, but okay.
if anything happens to me, I'm just gonna be like, "This is what happens when you go to medical school. Don't do it."
This is
Yeah,
what medical
you lose your
school does
hair.
to you.
This is
I'll
what
just-
happened. I mean, that's
I'll
why I'm
just
warning
blame it on the-
everybody. Just like
I'll blame it
I-
on the. I'll blame it on the patients. This is what happens when you work in the medical field.
No, not blaming the patient. I'm blaming myself because, like, I had multiple doctors warn me. They're like, "Don't do medical school. It sucks. Like, don't become a doctor. It's awful. Like, the ship is sinking. Get off right now. Healthcare sucks." And I was like,
I got this,
and I'm stubborn, so I didn't listen to that.
No, there's always.
I
gonna
wasn't
be a
looking for their
major
approval
career in
anyway.
Healthcare.
Well, yeah,
I
exactly.
wasn't looking for their approval. So, will I regret it? Probably.
Healthcare is a great career if you're really interested in helping people. It sucks if you really want to make a decent living. Doctors
Oh, yeah,
are
'cause
not
you can't
rich,
do that.
despite what all the movies tell you.
They're not rich
Yeah.
because they have an incredible amount of debt, and most of them will never pay it off.
Yep.
The MSPAC I work for, she has been out of school for 20 years now, and she still has not even got close to paying that shit off.
And they go to half the school, so it's double that, and then you get
Right.
tuition.
Right, and she still owes a shit ton.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I my tuition is $73,000 a year, and that's just tuition. That is not anything else. That's just
Wow.
tuition. Well, this is why I
Right.
sold myself to the army.
Right. Well, that's all you need is for them to pay for it, and then you can move on with your life.
Yeah, I just owe them my time. So
Right.
it's not even all that much time. Whereas the other people owe back like their whole lives in bank debt. I'll pay back. Like I only owe 4 years, but I'll do 7 with a residency. But you're getting full benefits and everything. Like, come
Right.
on. Like, there's not even a question here.
Wow.
Hell no.
Especially when I'm more than likely going to do all of that like stateside. Like the likelihood is that I'd be here maybe like an easy like station in like Europe or something, but most of the army docs end up staying the stateside. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Ben, whatever you do, try to get stationed in Germany.
I
or
heard
as
that's
what I like to
awesome.
call it, freaky deaky sex land.
Yes. So for Fort Bragg? Just kidding. I was just pointing that with sex land while we're on that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I've sown a few oats there as well. But then
Theo said
again,
in
I'm
Europe-
a harmonica man.
Theo said in Europe, $700 a semester, no debt.
That's not fair.
Wow.
America.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah.
we're the
Bottom
best at
line,
everything, apparently.
Everything's
The
gonna
bottom
cost.
line is the rich want their rich kids to go to school, and they want the poor people to do all the labor jobs, so their kids won't end up doing it and run out of their own jobs that they want to be qualified for. That's what the whole fucking thing boils down to. I'll swear by it.
Everybody
Yeah,
in
most
the
of-
general public is raised to be a good little servant.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. That's
Yeah.
the point of religious mentality and the entire 9 yards. It's okay, this is what the servant class needs to learn. And the oligarchy and the upper class needs to learn something opposite. That's all it is. It's pretty simple.
The majority of people in medical school are coming from the top 5% of households. with regard to income, which is not surprising. The system is so screwed.
Yep. Look, the bottom line is if everybody could go to college here the way they can overseas, we'd have to have a lot more college. There's not enough. Our colleges are full of the richest people. If everybody was allowed to go, we would need to build we need to triple what the number of colleges we have right now. Easy. And universities and all that included, of course.
Yeah, there's a guy he was in my med school class. He is no longer in my med school class. And he shouldn't be. Like, it's good that he dropped out, but like you can tell his family paid for his tuition and stuff. Like, he had a super nice car, and just the lack of wanting to be there, like the lack of passion, like because he wanted the clout, like he wanted to be praised for going to medical school, becoming a doctor, but he failed a class. And normally, like, when you fail a class, if I failed a class, I'd work my butt off in remediation to stay in. I would do everything possible to keep my spot. And you get multiple chances. So like, if you fail a class, you have at my school like a very big cumulative final that you can do at the end, like, and that will help you pass the class. Like, if you can pass that like mega final, you'll pass the class. And then if you fail that, then you do the class again.
Right.
And this guy just didn't want to remediate. He didn't want to retake the class. So he just dropped out.
Wow.
Like, I would do everything in my power to stay in.
Well, that's the difference, Ben. You care.
Yeah.
That little fuck doesn't care.
Yeah.
They're going to pay his way. Why would he want to be in college?
I thought if you failed the class, Daddy had to buy a new wing for the hospital.
No. Just pay for a waiting room or new
Yeah.
MRI machine, something like that. It'd be fine.
So yeah, I hate how people like that are getting into medical school, and people who have actual passion and desire to be there and merit are being turned away because they need extra assistance to get there, or like they can't pay for the application because the application is so expensive, and so they can like people with limited income can only apply to a couple schools, whereas people with more income can apply to however many schools they want, and so their chances go up of getting in. And it is skewed to where people with money get in and people without money don't. So
yeah, and
it's
here's the
awful.
thing.
But true, man.
That's a standard that shouldn't exist. What should exist is like the military hierarchy of you need to qualify for that position. It's a yay or nay. If you don't make it, every private in the Army is not going to make general. You have to qualify for that position, right? So if you don't qualify for the next position, then you're going to stay at that rank. Now, why the hell would paying somebody off make a difference so you can go to that special rank and rule over other people who know more than you? That just it baffles me, that mentality of society that we have right now here in America, and it's pathetic. There's so many genius people that if they were just helped along and freed of the BS to where they can create actual value for continuing and I guess want to say progressing humankind and human knowledge, then they need to actually be the ones who are supported, not because they are frickin' Donald Trump's nephew or something stupid like that.
Absolutely. It's so messed up.
Really, truly is. I mean, I'm not saying if I had the money that I would have went to college. I don't know. You know, of course, if I had the money, I'd probably have a different life, and maybe my mother wouldn't have died right around that time. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if I ever will or not, because I'm so like, my brain jumps around too much. I have trouble concentrating. I have trouble absorbing because of that, and I have to read shit like 4 fucking times. And I'm not just gonna read every fucking book in that college gives you for 4 or 5 times. Anyways, so but you know, it would have been nice to have that opportunity sitting there. instead
then
of
we
me
also
having to
need to
join the army to try to get to college.
Yeah.
And we also need to encourage people to go to trade schools and stop shit talking people who don't go to college, and like help people understand that there's more than one way to live a life, and you don't have to follow everybody's same path, and you can
Trade
still
schools are also
do
expensive,
really, really well.
though. They're not cheap.
Oh, they're
What
very
is?
expensive too. Trade schools.
I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
Sharkham. What's
Oh
that?
yeah.
Trade schools are also expensive. They're not cheap. Like that's what I was going to was a trade school, and because my father was in military, I had my school paid up until I was 23. A month before I turned 23, they basically called and told me to fuck off because they weren't paying for anything else, and I didn't know because my mom didn't tell me, and my family squandered all my money on stuff for them, so I didn't finish what I went to school for.
Oh,
That
fuck.
sucks. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
That's fine. There's like
ridiculous.
no jobs here in web design
Yeah.
anyway, so I wouldn't have gotten a job in it to begin with. So
Yeah, but still.
That's something everybody's doing. Web design. Just go to Thumbtack. It's like a cheap thing. You don't want to do freelance for the cheapest thing you can possibly do. You want to have a skill that's going to be high paying,
Well-
like major sales, high ticket sales, whatever. Medical.
That was an accident.
well, that's not very nice of you. I fell in love now.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to start my camera again,
Oh, you're
And
fine.
and you're right above it.
There is a point in the chat. Junie is saying that they went to a vocational school just to get a dental assistant diploma. It turns out you don't need it. So I've heard a lot of shit about this because, like, I have friends who who became dental assistants before going to dental school. Like, they're now either dentists or in dental school. And yeah, that is an issue. Like, a lot of people are not taking the people with the certifications and like the accreditation, and instead they're just taking random people and letting them be dental assistants, and that's kind of fucked up. Like,
That's because they know
Like,
they
what-
can pay them less, though. Like,
Oh.
you have the
Oh, yeah,
accreditation,
no.
they
Don't
have
want
to
you
pay
can
that.
pay them less. But think about patient care. Like, if you're letting someone who doesn't know anything about anything and just saying, like, yeah, I could pay you less, versus somebody who's been taught how to work in a dental office and, like, actually give proper care. Like, I hate that people are valuing money over quality
Yeah.
and safety. Like, this
Thank
is a
you.
safety
Thank
issue.
you.
I've been
It's
in a
always
couple
been
of
like that,
dental
though, Ben. I'm
clinics
sorry.
that was obvious they didn't really have much training.
Yeah. No, it's true,
Hereby
but
and
I've worked in
henceforth,
places,
Ben
industrial.
happens to be my little brother.
Supposed to raise your hand,
So-
Randy. I didn't know you were going to
It
talk.
says it was said, and so is it be written. Got the same mentality as I do, Ben. Go ahead. Help people, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just forgot what I was going to say now. It was like a minute and a half ago. I'm ADD, man. I got to say it right away or I'll just fucking lose it.
Sorry,
No, I
didn't
just-
know
Yeah.
on my-
Yeah, I
you
just
gotta
think
have it
that
right
no,
on
you're-
my recipe.
No,
Money should-
you're fine, Purple. You're fine.
Like, I don't like that money has become the priority and that safety is not important anymore.
Thank
And
you.
like the fact that we have, and we talk about this all the time, the fact that we have insurance making medical decisions in place of doctors, and hospital administrators who have no medical experience that just make money off of a hospital making decisions for doctors. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, why am I even going to school? Because I don't get to make any decisions for anybody.
Yeah, I'm fighting that right now because I got the insurance saying that no, we don't want to pay for the prescription the doctor authorized for you. Why don't you try the one that didn't work 3 years ago?
Yeah, they do that to us
Yeah.
every day. We have a girl in our office. All she does all day is like medical records and prior authorizations for medicine that people need. And
my
I mean,
God.
not just like Cialis. No, but like I have to
Typing
have
job.
metformin. The other stuff doesn't work for me. We don't want to give you metformin. The fuck?
Which metformin is first line. So what the fuck, insurance?
It's just
Metformin,
insurance.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
For
the
me.
one that they prescribed me for like a multitude of stuff.
Yeah, when I
But
say
it's
it's
just-
first line doesn't mean that it works for everybody. I'm saying that that's what they give you first before.
That's
If
the
it doesn't
first-
work,
they
they'll
s-
give you something else. It's the first thing that they
Oh,
try.
no, I
They
know,
start
I know it
you
doesn't work
out
for everything,
on-
but I mean, I
yeah.
take it for
Yes.
multiple things.
Yes.
We start you out on metformin, right? I mean, not it wasn't
Holy
really
crap.
metformin, but it was
One
something
person at
like
a time.
that. That was above. Oh, it was the Trulicity pen. They didn't want to give him that
Ah,
because it was just like the convenient injectable way to do it or something.
Mhm.
And so they wanted to use the
Yeah, it went away
old fashioned
fast.
way that was harder for them. And they're old and their hands are shaky. And yeah, go ahead and stab yourself with a fucking needle. Like, that's stupid. So we have to fight for that shit. And that's all she does all day. She works on fucking PAs and does medical records and helps me answer the phone.
My God.
Like, that's a full-time fucking job working on those PAs. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
And the insurance companies this year, one more thing real quick, Randy, and then I'll let you go. The insurance companies this year decided that you cannot get your blood work done before you go to your annual exam. So the doctor can look at it. They have to order it during the annual exam because they want a justification for needing it. Now, every doctor's going to fucking order it anyways. So it's really stupid. And because they have to go out and get these tests done, then they need a follow-up. So now for every patient we have, which is like 6,500 patients or something, instead of having one exam for the entire year, we had to put them down for 2. And wait for them to call back and say, I don't need the follow-up, you can take it off. And it's stupid because the insurance paying twice for a visit.
what?
Fuck. The fuck. And you're going to pay for the labs anyways. There's always a reason to have lab work done. Always.
Okay, you promised Randy he'd get a turn.
Go ahead, Randy. I was done.
Yeah,
Just calm down there.
And I agree. I agree with you, B. It's they try to make you go through things or cut you off and yet take the most amount of money out of you.
Yeah.
In billing, whether it's for your own benefit or not, it's just, this is our procedure. This is what we got to do. Take a chest x-ray. But I got a broken toe, Doc. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, it's just a policy. We got to take a chest. Yeah, shut up.
But that's the thing. It's doctors like that fuck it up for other people, for other doctors who are actually trying to help their patients.
I've been kicked out of the ER 4 times, bleeding out both ends. Because I have Crohn's disease. Oh, you're just full of shit. You're just constipated. And my intestines were like a circus balloon.
They didn't scope
and
or
I was
anything?
bleeding out both ends.
And they didn't scope or
they're
anything?
just like, oh, you're full of shit.
That's okay.
They just
This
had
is
an
a
X-ray
problem.
and said,
This is a problem, and I need to go on a soapbox for a second. All right. This is something
okay,
that's very dangerous.
I'll let you have the block.
We're taught in medical school, at least I was taught in medical school. I guess maybe they're hopefully doing a better job at this now. But, like, you cannot write something off as, like, even if somebody has a medical history of something that would explain whatever is going on, it does not matter. You treat it as if the worst possible thing could be happening. Like, if someone's bleeding, even if they have a history of Crohn's, they could still have cancer that you don't see right now. You still need to treat it as if that might be a possibility. You still need to, like, actually investigate and rule things out as if, like, they don't have that history, because you just don't know. What if they have a history of Crohn's and something else? It is possible. A lot of people have multiple things at one time. And so it's unacceptable to be lazy and to just chalk something out to a pattern that was already there because you don't know. Unless you can rule it out, do not just cross things off and say it's not the problem. There's my soapbox.
Agreed, Ben, and I would
Okay.
clap except for I have a burrito in my hand.
Don't clap your burrito.
I agree 100%. But that's not. It's like the opposite in my hospital. You go to and it's like, oh, you're automatically just wanting to be on the drugs. You want Dilaudid and all that shit. You just want to get high. That's all you're here for. And yet there's a trail of blood behind you from the waiting room that they've been keeping you in for 3.5 hours, all the way up to the point to where you got in the bed. And then they come out with these diagrams that, yeah, we just took x-rays of you and everything that you didn't want. And you're just constipated. And this just
Why'd they
get
get
out
an
of bed, you know.
X-ray?
They kicked me out
Yeah.
That's like not even the correct.
because the policy. Right, your analysis and chest
What would that-
x-ray. And it
What
has
would
nothing
the X?
to do with anything that anybody is in there for. That's just the standard that my hospital does with everybody that comes to the ER. Everybody. That's their
Every
policy.
hospital here just says it's
So
because
you
I'm
have to
fat, no
pay
matter what
for
I'm there
it.
for.
It's called the fleecing of America.
It's so stupid.
Yes.
Like, because my choice of imaging for a case like that, like if we're talking bleeding, would not be an X-ray. That'd be the least of my worries. CT, absolutely, I would do a CT because I
would
want to know
too.
if you're bleeding into your body cavities, and I want to
I
know where
would
the
too.
bleeding's coming from. I'd maybe even like an angiogram.
It
Probably
doesn't
also,
matter.
definitely 100% a scope. I want a scope because what do we think of? What do we think of when we think of bleeding? Cancer risk, super high
Mhm.
for cancer risk.
Yep.
And so like laziness in medicine and there's so much cognitive dissonance among doctors. And I do want to make content on this about the thought process of medicine and why we cannot get lazy, because like we need to understand our own cognitive traps and where our brain is failing us and how we need to like learn how to move past that and not just be like, oh, this is obviously this, when no, you might be wrong.
Well, like Randy was saying too, that the problem that you go in there and if you have some idea of what's actually wrong with you, they think that you're just trying to get pills. And I had that the medical clinic or the mental health clinic when I moved to Michigan. I argued for 3 years with 3 different psychiatrists because they could never keep one for a full year. This is what my diagnosis has been for 20 years. This is what I need. I couldn't even get anybody to just look at the records from the clinic where I lived in New York to show that all I was doing was trying to get the same medication I had already been on.
And it doesn't have to happen with opiates or anything, Purple. It's just that's what they scan for first to see if you're full of shit.
Well, gabapentin is on the controlled substance list.
Can I address the people in the chat who are telling me that I won't be able to keep this up? Sure, a lot of doctors burn out and a lot of doctors lose their way on this, but there are good ones. They're few and far between, but there are good ones. So anyone who's telling me that I'm too idealistic and that this isn't going to happen, I'm not listening to you, because you know what? Somebody needs to fix it. Somebody can step up and do it. And I will fight until, like, if there's a chance that I can't, okay, fine. But what do I lose by trying versus what do I lose if I just don't even attempt at all? Who loses? I don't lose. The patient loses.
Yeah. You know,
So I'm gonna
there's,
try.
and you guys have to realize too, it's not like it's black and white.
No.
So for instance, one of the docs I work with, been doing it for 20 years. She's tired. She is a little worn down mentally from it. But she comes every day and she smiles and she laughs because she's helping people and she still loves it. And she will still advocate for her fucking patients. And actually both of them. And they still fucking, they still have that passion in them. They're tired. Yeah, they're tired. They're tired every fucking day. But they still get up and do it. And they work some crazy fucking hours that interferes with their personal lives. And they do it because they want to help people. And as long as you have that passion, no matter how much something will beat you down, you're going to fucking work your way through it. And you're going to keep doing it because you fucking care.
Hey, guys. Just
Yeah.
being tired, I'm taking off. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Ollie.
Bye, Ollie.
I'll see you later,
Thanks for
Ollie,
coming,
man.
buddy.
Thank you for visiting with us.
All right, later.
Hi, hon.
I need to clip out my little rant.
Okay,
just
years
then.
ago-
I am empowered by myself.
You should totally clip that. I agree. It's good shit, man. And why don't you clip that and send it to me? And then the next time you come to me and be like, dude, I feel worn down, I'm going to send you that.
Absolutely. Please
so just do that. I'll get your back. Just clip it and send
Heck
it to
yeah.
me. Seriously.
That's an awesome idea, actually.
That's such a good idea.
Do that shit for my little bro. I got you, man. Ox said, I am all for you, Ben, and I do hope you succeed. If nothing else, I dare you to do it.
Oh, I will take any challenge. I'm a grappler. I do my mental toughness training. If anything, people saying I can't do something means that I'm going to try even harder.
But the bottom line is with you doing a physical sport that you enjoy is actually going to keep you through this whole thing, keep your mental health going. The day you stop doing it all together for too long, that's when you know you're in fucking trouble.
That's something too.
Cutting
Jiu-jitsu.
down is fine. Making your sessions shorter for the week.
Yep.
3 20-minute, half an hour sessions instead of 4 fucking 2-hour sessions. Whatever you gotta do.
And jiu-jitsu,
But continuing
Have
and
a
doing it,
stress release.
and the routine of it will keep you mentally better. Yeah.
But also, I want to say, jiu-jitsu taught me mental toughness. Like there's certain sports that just like you will not win ever. Like you don't. And like jiu-jitsu, you spend months and years just being beat on by other people. And like I've had plenty of days where I'm just sitting on, like my back's on the mat. Somebody's driving their shoulder into my face and just like putting every ounce of energy they have into keeping me in a very painful spot. And it sucks. And it's like the worst 10 minutes of your life being stuck underneath someone who's bigger than you. And you got to learn how to get yourself through it. You got to learn how to know what to fight for, where to put your energy in, but you keep fighting. Like you don't stop. Like either I fight or I'm done. And like, I'm not tapping. And you
because fuck that.
Yeah. Like mindset is huge. And I think like being in that kind of sport, like really gave me a lot to handle medical school. Yeah. And like, and medical school in itself, like is a lot. Like it is a lot more than I ever expected it would be. I was like, school was easy for me forever. Then I hit medical school. Totally different.
Damn.
story.
What do you mean? I got to study hard now? Motherfucker. I got to do
it was
what?
bad. Like it was bad. And
yeah, I bet.
Like, yeah, but you learn how to take pressure and you just, it doesn't get easier, but you get stronger. And like, that's not even just a cheesy phrase. Like it's legit. So there's all my mental toughness taught.
Yeah, it toughens you
now
up.
It does.
Now I see you
and
wrestling
military
with-
does that too. But
See you arguing with the hospital administrator over the tests you think they need that they don't want to pay for, and just tell them I'll wrestle you for it.
yeah.
And then beat their ass because you're a little dude. That would be fucking great, Purple. I tell you what, we'll shake on this. Let you and I will wrestle right now. And if I win, I get this test to save my patient. Sold.
After he does that like 2 times, he's probably gonna have his own show. The wrestling
It's
doctor
like
or something like that.
Wrestling Dr. Ben. That's what we're going to
it's
call
like
him.
the-
WRASTLIN'. Wrestling Dr. Ben.
It's like the challenges for like all the mediums and like psychic people that have to prove that what they're doing is real, and they get all the money if they can prove they can do it. Let's do that just but with wrestling. Just start like hustling people.
Right. Just so you guys all know on the panel, Richard said hi.
Hi, Richard.
Peace and respect.
Hi,
actually.
Richard.
Peace and respect is actually what he said.
Yeah, I just saw that he came in.
Peace and respect to your beard.
Right? Fucking beard.
I need to speak
Ah,
to
fuck your
Richard.
beard. You know
I
what's
need to
weird?
reach
There's
out
actually-
about bicameral mentality.
There's actually a brain behind the beard, too. I just want to let you guys know. Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
did
beard is what we
something
care
today.
about.
I was playing with filters, right, Ben? We were talking about. I was talking
yeah.
about that with you.
Yeah.
So I was playing with filters, and I did this today. 1 second. Oh, where is it? Oh, it must be in my Snapchat.
Yeah, I was playing with filters last week.
Ben, you been at
because
Fort
the
Benning?
smoke from the Canadian
This was
wildfires, I had to put one over the air conditioner.
What about Fort Benning?
What?
Have you been there?
I heard, yeah, I heard them about Fort Benning.
You know about round robin then?
No.
When
Oh,
you
wait a
go to
minute.
special
Let me make it big.
forces, it's a round robin
Oh.
thing. Fort
This is
Benning is
funny.
the first place you go, and they got the whole
Oh, yeah.
training scenario for SF.
This is me with a beard.
Oh God. You look like
Really?
you look like Richard.
Shit.
I know, right?
Total
Oh
That's
my
why I
God,
had
that's
to do you
awesome.
guys.
That's what I was going to say. It looked like you're on
Yeah.
the B squad for ZZ Top.
It's great. I look just like him, except mine's not dyed. Anyways, it's fucking hilarious. So I was playing with
No.
that shit today because
Yeah,
my
that's
niece
so
said, but wait. What if when you transition, you start growing facial hair? What if you're ugly? She said, what if you're not good looking anymore? And I was like, aw. But anyways, So, and I was like, nah, I got this. And she's like, but if you played with filters, and I'm like, all right, I'll do that again because I already did it once. So I got all kinds of pictures of me and facial hair. That's why. Well, I was fucking around with it. It was fun. Nobody likes this one?
Whoa!
That was
That's a
pretty
cop
great.
stash.
Okay, you know what that's like? And you're gonna totally be on
A
my side
70s
when
drummer.
I say this B. Well, you're gonna hate it, but you're gonna agree with me.
Go ahead.
Firefighter paramedic.
What now?
Like you look like a firefighter paramedic.
Oh, yeah. The old dude. He's been doing it for like 30 years.
No,
Yeah,
no, that looks
I
like a
worked
cop
with a guy
stash
like
to me.
that. He was an intermediate, and he didn't really want to be a paramedic because he didn't want that last step of responsibility, but they were going to make him do it anyways because they were eliminating intermediates. And his name was Bob, and Bob was fucking cool. Bob was like 63, 64 years old, been doing it since he was like 22, knew everything. This fucker could do anything. And it was funny because his hands always shook. And he'd go to start, because this one nursing home would call us sometimes and say, can you come start this IV line for me? This guy's really sick. We got to get fluids into him, and we can't get it to stick. His veins keep popping, or we can't find the vein. So I go over there with Bob, and I'm helping him, handing him shit. And his hand's like this, and then he goes to stick it in, and he's like, whoop. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, his hand totally just steadied out, and he just stuck it right in. It was second shot on this old man who was like 96 years old and had no veins left. Second shot, fucking stuck it in. I was like, everybody was like, holy fuck. All the
I get
nurses
that.
and shit. Because it was just so weird, man. I saw him shaking. I thought he's never going to get that fucking needle. I mean, Ben knows you have to have a steady hand, literally.
I do the same thing. My hands twitch all the time, except, if I just completely focus on the one detail and shut out everything else, then I can keep it steady for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I had to get really good at doing IVs in the back of an ambulance in Colorado Springs, where the potholes are like the moon-sized potholes. It's you got to time it just right. So you're either stopped at a stoplight and you just go as quickly as you can while you're stopped, or you just make do and you hope you don't hit a pothole. That one's creepy a little bit.
He said he wanted to see the Italian ones. I grabbed the one with the greasy hair that comes down on my forehead. That's
You
not
look
my
like
hair.
You look like a cop in that one.
Look like a dick.
You look,
Yeah.
you look like a what does he look like? You look like one of those like douche canoes that like wear the hat to the side and just act all douchey and shit.
You look like someone who wants to be a rapper,
Yes.
but who
That's
isn't
it.
one.
Yeah, wanted to be a rapper, but you're white.
Yeah.
This one, this filter widens out your jaw to make you look more manly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't need a wider jaw. My mom had like a dude jaw. So they made it even wider. It makes me look weird. It doesn't even look like me in that
You look like
one.
a bodybuilder in that one.
Yeah, you
No,
do look like a bodybuilder.
I look
Yes,
like, I
you
don't
look like a
know, my
bodybuilder.
brother's sister or something. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Get it? Brother, sister. Anyways.
Yeah.
I just don't want to look like my brother Keel.
Not for long, no,
He's
babe.
a dick. I don't want to ever look like him.
Well, write a letter.
Now, they gave me long hair on this one, so just ignore that.
Is that it looks like they gave you an afro.
There you go.
It does look like it gave you an afro. A little
Yeah,
bit.
the facial hair looks nice.
Oh, it's
but
a
the
total
hair-
fro. It's a total fro.
I was gonna say it looks
yeah.
like a fro, but the facial hair looks
But I
nice.
like the facial hair. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Okay, enough about me. I'm sorry. I just had to share that because we were laughing about it.
Yeah, where do you get off talking about yourself on your stream?
I know. I try not to do that, Purple. I'm sorry, honey. I'll stop. now.
Dare
Yeah, it
you
is your
talk about
stream.
yourself on your channel.
It is your stream on your channel.
What the hell's that?
Please you can while you're stopped. Or
Nothing happened. Who's got something running in the background that's really loud? Is it Randy?
it sounds like my voice.
That was
Sounded
me.
like
I have
my
no
voice.
idea. I'm sorry. But the Bluetooth connection just suddenly
Oh.
popped on for no reason because I got my headphones on. So
It's probably
two things
this
were
stream
running at
then.
once, so I had to shut the other one off.
It felt left out.
No, it was my
Mhm.
electronics. They were
Yes,
just
your
dumber
electronic
than
felt
shit.
left out.
That's me right there, Ox. Actually, truth of the matter is, I decided if I make it to 85, my 85th birthday, I'm going to go jump out of an airplane with somebody. Just tandem it. Because I want to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to die. So I figure by the time I'm 85, I just won't give a fuck anymore. So that's what I'm going to do for my 85th birthday. Because who gives a fuck at 85? You're like, if you die doing that, you'd be like, dude, you should have seen, dude, you hear how B went out? It was badass. She bounced 3 times. Like, that's a story. That's how you go out, at 85 years old. So
and cut my life short 20 years? No way.
Well, the average lifespan of my family is like 94 to 96 or something like that. So I expect to live longer, but we'll see. If I feel really good at 85, I'll delay it like 5 or so years.
Well, on my mom's side, the grandparents and great-grandparents all made it well into their 90s. My mom's 93. And I feel like I had a better start on life than any of them because at least I had food when I was a kid.
Well, yeah. No, food's good. We had food too, but we grew a garden and we worked in it every day. So we earned that shit.
I think I've got a better than average chance of beating 100.
Right.
On my dad's side, it's hard to tell because most of them were dead before the age I am now, but that's usually because of alcohol.
I just found the most true post on all of Facebook. It says, for $5, you can either get your girl approximately 2 flowers from a florist, or you can get her an entire Costco rotisserie chicken. That's all I'm saying. The choice is yours.
Yep.
I mean, that's true.
think I'd splurge and just spend 15 and get both.
There you go.
Yeah, why not? 20 with tax, right? I mean, why not? She deserves that. She deserves that rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
And the flowers will get you laid, so you got to buy both.
And
I
flowers.
prefer tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos are great too. Tacos are pretty cheap.
That's what I'm
too.
saying. To get to
At least the good tacos are really cheap.
Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, not those kind of tacos.
My brother says jumping static line, you go upside down, then get jerked upside right. It is super disorienting and surreal.
Ow.
I bet it is.
Yes, it
I bet
is.
it is. Yeah, so just so you guys don't know,
It is.
Richard also used to he's like the 4 or 5 jump chump thing. He did enough so he could do how am I just forgetting that fucking word of your old MOS? Anyways, he used to jump out of fucking helicopters. Those guys. He used to do that.
Yeah, I have no interest in any of that. Adrenaline.
Wait, is he the one that was a 13 Fox?
That sounds like
No, that was
what the
Walt.
hell no.
Walt jumped out of airplanes and went behind it. He jumped out of helicopters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Walt
okay.
Walt was 82nd Airborne.
I've jumped out of both.
He was 101st, whichever one that is.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. Richard, help me. I'm blaming it
I
on
was
the podcast.
82nd, but I was in an artillery unit. Then I was attached to SF.
Oh,
And then
okay.
started instructing SF.
Ah, touche, my friend.
And then things started
Touche.
rolling downhill. Well, I've lived out in the woods, a lot of most of my life, and survival things that you can teach the young bucks. That's what I did.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. Well, that's the key to anything in life.
I love
Always teach
cactus
somebody younger
blooms.
than you what's right, no matter what it is you're doing. Teach it to them. If they're going to listen,
Yep.
teach it to them. When I was growing up, I was always around my brothers, and I was around my dad when I was really little, my mom, all my brothers and sisters, and all my brothers and sisters, and until they all left the house, and it was me and mom. And I just was around a lot of people that were older than me and wiser and obviously more learned because they were fucking adults. And so I learned a lot of shit that most kids wouldn't, because I was lucky enough to be the youngest. I mean, all the responsibility fell on my shoulder when everybody left, and that really sucked. Try doing all the chores by yourself when you're used to having like 3 or 4 people do it. Yeah, not so fucking cool. But anyway, so thank you, Richard. Airborne, air assault, combat engineer, 62 E10, dozer, grader, scraper, loader. That's what he did. He had a couple different jobs. Anyways, where the fuck I was going now. Go ahead, Randy. What?
So they were dropping planes in a bulldozer?
No. They were dropping the bulldozers with the planes.
Okay, sorry, Randy.
It's probably more realistic, but I think it was tanks that he was
I
watching.
don't know what the general point is with this, everybody bragging about the positions and shit like that. But the general thing is
I asked
still
him.
when I get back to humanism, it's everything we can be. Just like the army saying, just be all you can be and all that shit. Excuse me. That's the mentality that some people that are successful take, and the other ones just don't compute. They don't take that mentality into consideration, and they don't think of the choices that they make now is going to help them out 5 years in the future or whatever. They just don't do that. And these are the tactics that I use to advance my career in the military. And I made it pretty good. They used to call. I only made it to specialist. I was never officer or anything like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I only made it to specialist, but they used to call me the highest paid specialist to the United States Army because I was in Washington an awful lot and was hanging out with politicians and all that other shit as a special duty driver and bodyguard. But it wasn't anything special, it was just everybody's doing the same thing. It's just a slight bit different. It's just all in the attitude. Are you going to do what you need to do mentally to help other people, or are you doing it for yourself? Selfless service. That's one of the things in the Green Army tag. Ben, you could probably get it right now. Huh. All them 7 things. Huh.
Richard said a helicopter.
Helicopter.
That's great.
Leadership.
So I want
Gotta
anybody
be
who
leadership.
remembers like 6 or 8 months ago on my live streams, the chick in the woods called and she said hi. No, I was seeing this shit. And instead of using her name, because I'm not going to dox anybody, I just said the chick in the woods. Because she lives out in the woods. Like down by the big state park mountains and shit. Down outside of a big city.
In a van.
Anyways.
Down by the river.
Chick in the woods. Anyways, carry on. She said hi. Oh, that was pretty funny. I think I've rotated through so many people in like the last 6 or 8 months that half the people that I used to hang around, I don't hang around anymore. But also I think that's because of my schedule, because most of them are connected to MathPig and stream during the day. So I think we're just missing each other. But it's funny how that evolves.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, you don't really stay in touch with people.
Well,
I know, because you're a bitch.
Never do each
No, I'm
other's
just kidding. I love
streams.
you.
Kevin, yeah.
No, MathPig and I can never do each other's streams just because of the time difference in my schedule.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
hard.
actually fairly hard for me to coordinate anything for, people in the UK because they have to start everything so goddamn early in the morning. And I don't do mornings.
They do start stuff pretty fucking early, don't they?
This is a great comment.
The people in the UK are making breakfast before I get to bed.
Richard. Yes, I agree. 100%.
Purple.
That's why
Jeannie said, I think our hearts are set to move there. Yay, Judy. That's great. So, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing out there?
I actually got to meet Junie in the real world last week, so.
I know you and Jenny and Judy
right.
met. I'm so jealous since we're talking about Jays.
Yeah.
Today's episode brought to you by the letter J for jealous.
For jealous.
It's the color green.
Today's word is jealous. Use the word jealous as much as you can in the chat and with your friends. Don't forget, jealous.
Well, Jay works well for this
now,
community
Ricky
because we've got so many
Tabby
variations on
from
Jen.
Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling. Hey, yeah, he
Yeah,
was
Ricky
good.
Tikki
Frost
Tavi.
was good too.
Remember the cartoon?
Like, I remember when I was like 12. By the time I was 12, my
yeah, Frost.
favorite poem in the world was the road less taken. Right? Yeah, the road less taken.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Great. Wasn't
I
it?
love that. I mean, I was 12 and I was
Well,
reading
a
that
lot-
shit, and I was like, "This is my shit. This is it right here."
Before the rolling pervert did her Harry Potter bullshit, Jack, not Jack, what's his name? Frost, anyways,
Jack
was the
Frost.
number one author
Robert
of all
Frost,
time.
I believe.
Robert Frost, yeah. And he created White Fang and Frozen Wolf and a lot of things like that. And this is the thing that he did. You know, he followed kind of the same kind of policies that I do. He went out on his own time. He worked on the docks for like 12 hours. He was an immigrant, didn't know that much English. And he broke his evenings of study into 4 things: reading, writing, grammatical, and something else. And they put all these to use. And then pretty soon he became one of the most prolific authors of all time. And
Cool, man.
you know, we still watch his movies today, like White Fang and stuff like that. You know, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, this is a mentality that most people have to get. Don't. And Richard, I want you to hear this. The last conversation we had, you were trying to talk me into bicameral mentality. Look up Julian Jaynes, Princeton University. I have a series of books that shows otherwise. And all these steps that people who think for themselves other than listening to others and what to believe and how to believe and all that shit are more successful. What? Never mind, I'm done. Go ahead, B. Do your thing. It's your
I didn't
show.
have shit to say. I was just making some fucking coffee. Well, actually, it's pre-made. I was just putting creamer in it.
Anyways,
What kind of coffee are we having?
if anybody wants
Just
to,
fucking put some
if
hair on
anybody
your
wants
chest
to know.
coffee like I always drink it. I make
Best
it
coffee
really
ever.
super fucking dark, and then I put cream in it and sugar. And I thought I put a lot in mine, and then I made a cup of coffee for my brother one day and realized he puts twice as much in his. He's like, yes, I'm still 12 years old. And the reason he said that is because when we were 12 years old, 10 to 12 years old, we wanted to try coffee. And Mom kept saying no. We hit, I think it was 12 was the mark for her. She would give us decaf, but she would put like this much coffee in the cup and then this much cream and like a big teaspoon of sugar. So we grew up drinking pretty much lattes. So now as adults, we still like the taste of a good latte. So we like it creamy and sweet. I always say I like my coffee the way I like my women. Okay. Tan, creamy, sweet, with a dark side.
Oh God.
That just reminded me of like a really horrible
Hold
shirt that I
on.
saw on a shirt that sold horrible t-shirts. That might get some trouble.
Touche.
Otherwise, I would say it. I want a coffee maker. I need to find one that does like the K cups with the single one that's a off-brand because I'm a cheap bitch.
Walmart.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Walmart and
trying to
Amazon
find
are
one
the
from
cheapest
Walmart.
ones.
Yep. Go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I was doing. I'm gonna get one
What I
whenever
do is
I have my car repairs paid off. Because right now I don't have money to spare for anything.
Yeah. No, I feel it. What, Randy?
my apologies. What I do is I had a 1-cupper, and I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna. That doesn't have to do with anything with coffee, for Pete's sakes. Anyways, I just saved the filter thing, and I just set it on a cup, fill it up with coffee grounds, and pour hot water over it, and it's fine.
Yeah, you know, they lecture me at work all the time because I work for doctors, right? And so two of them were always like, B, you need to drink more water. I'm like, I am drinking water. Oh, you been drinking water today? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good. I mean, I heated it up and I poured it over ground coffee beans first, but I still drank it. And they're like, no, instant coffee sucks. I can't do instant coffee.
I can't handle any coffee. My fiance said I made great coffee. I had to take her word for it. The one time I switched the cups and took a sip of hers, she said I looked like I'd been poisoned.
I should probably go back to studying at some point soon.
Yeah, go, man. Go.
I hate that I don't have as much free time anymore, but
no, it's cool.
Yeah. Well,
it's good to hang out.
For
It's
2
been
hours.
it's been 2 hours. I'm like, I probably shouldn't overdo it tonight.
I think that's probably long enough. Run while you can, Ben. Run while you can.
Yeah, it was great to see you all though.
Ben,
But I'm
nice
sure I'll be on a
meeting you.
stream.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet those of you who I haven't met before. I'll see you guys later.
Good night.
Peace out, Ben.
Good night, Ben. What a wonderful person.
Really?
Yep.
Ben's amazing. He's my new. I just said, Ben, like the third time we hung out, I said, Ben, I'm adopting you, and you're gonna be my little brother.
Yeah.
And he was like, cool, man. Fuck yeah. So we get on each other's streams.
So I hope that he can really hold up to it.
Yeah, no, I think well, first of all, being all the physical changes that he's going through and how he's felt dysphoric and everything, it makes him be more passionate to help people and listen to people and do what's best for them. So I think those are the best kind of sorry, Junie. I think those are the best kind of doctors to have. You know, if, like, for instance, okay, when I went out to find a therapist to talk about my mom dying, I found one that had never really had any major tragedy in her life. And then I found another one that was totally like, you could tell this dude was like born with a silver spoon in his fucking mouth, right? The third one I got actually had PTSD and had been battling it for years and years and years, for like 15 years or something. And that's why she started specializing in PTSD, because she wanted to help other people. And she was very passionate and she was good at what she does. It's just that she was trying to treat just my she was just trying to treat my PTSD, and I also have anxiety and panic attacks and depression and bouts of depression. So I have a lot of screwed up shit. So I'm hoping when I start taking testosterone, it's going to level me out. And like Ben said, like less anxiety, less panic attacks, feels better, more energetic. That's totally like, it's because our hormones aren't balanced right. That's why we don't feel like what we were born as.
Yeah, I've had chronic anxiety pretty much all my life, and I have felt that since I've been on the hormones, it seems to be kind of tapering down.
Exactly my point. So because, and anybody look into this, because it's actually kind of interesting. In utero, when the baby's starting to form and the gender is forming, the gender's like over here and the hormones are over here. They have nothing to do with each other. They have absolutely nothing to do with each other. That's exactly why you'll have like cishet straight guy, right? And his testosterone's too low.
Well, and
because he's got too much estrogen. Now, why the fuck would a guy have too much estrogen? Because everybody's hormones are not connected to your fucking genitals.
I have too much testosterone myself due to the polycystic ovarian syndrome. But I don't think that has to do with my anxiety. My anxiety comes from a bunch of other stuff, though.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm not saying your hormones necessarily are off. I'm just saying the chances of someone's hormones being way off from the gender they were born as is so likely it's ridiculous. And I was just told about this study a couple of days ago, like 4 days ago. And I just went like this. Oh my God, I never thought about it.
Yep.
And Heather, who I work for, said, I know, neither did I. It just didn't connect in my head because she does hormone therapy, but she doesn't specialize in it. So she doesn't think about hormones other than doing the testing and making sure everything's within its levels, you know. And then if somebody's off, she'll give them, you know, but she never thought about someone being trans and that being probably the main reason that they're fucking trans. And I was like, phew, mind blown. Never thought about it. Just never thought about it. So. I've been wondering if I should for a while now, but I'm an odd kind of non-binary, I guess. Well, you know,
I think Randy had a hand up there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Randy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Once again, it's been past 15 seconds and I can't remember shit.
Sorry. I was looking at the chat and I was looking at Purple's icon for some reason. I don't know because I was talking to Purple.
Well, you know how it is. You know, I mean, you get into a conversation, you just go with the flow and you forget what the original things you were thinking of. And you're like, okay, I'm listening to, okay, what's
It's all
going
right. It'll
on and
come
everything.
back.
Yeah, I can see that.
It'll
And I
come
can see
back.
this.
Well, I've actually
You
found
know,
it-
3 days later, oh,
No, it's usually like 3:00 in the morning. You're sleeping really good. And you go, oh shit.
yeah. Then you
Who's
got to write it
Karen
down.
Queen? Hi, Karen Queen, whoever you are.
I'm wondering if somebody just did
Thank
that
you for
because we're
coming.
making jokes about not having a Karen in the community.
Yes, we don't have an atheist Karen or a secular Karen, and that makes me sad. We need one.
We do
'Cause
need a
they're
Karen.
fun.
So we have Karen Queen, so
I
Yeah, we
could
have
be
Karen
that,
Queen.
which
but
is fine.
I
It
don't
could be any
think I
form
can.
of a Karen.
But now we have a Karen in the community. Yay!
No, I found it really strange that my
Milestone.
anxiety's been going
I
down
know, right?
just because it seems that with doing this, there are so many more things I should be worrying about as far as, coming out to different people and how people in the neighborhood are going to react and stuff like that. So it's like, there's a whole bunch of shit that I should be legitimately worried about that I didn't have to think about before. So why is my anxiety less than it used to be?
yes.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
Well, I think it's because you're a little bit older, and it's like a not giving a shit factor involved, because you see less of other people's opinions identifying you, kind of like what they did when you were a teenager. You know what I mean?
That's always been my attitude. I've never cared what anybody really thought of me,
Yeah.
but
I quit doing that years ago.
Well, I always
you know,
did.
just-
I always did. That's what my problem is. I'm an entertainer and bald one, but I gotta actually keep a certain persona up in order for people to like what I'm doing and entertaining them and touching heart to heart kind of bullshit, because I'm an entertainer. But other than that, when it comes to deeply personal things, I don't expect anybody else to understand where I'm coming from. Not at all. Because I am what I am. I'm not Popeye. And you are the same way, your own self. And your own self has to be identified as your own self and not something that is a particular scheme or factor of a popular philosophy.
Yeah, but
Right.
like all the things, all the things that were unusual about me before were things that nobody would know about if I didn't tell them. This is the first thing that's actually going to
Yep.
be visibly obvious to other people.
Right.
And,
Yeah, I agree, Purple.
I'm living in a red district. There were a lot of Trump signs around here right up until a couple of months ago.
Yeah. I know.
Same here. Same here. And my neighbors who check the mail, they got their mailboxes right at the end of my driveway. We have an agreement. Yeah, put your mailboxes up here. you know, and they come by, you know, in the little golf carts and everything. Hey, keep the faith. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have it, but whatever. And they don't get it. They just drive off with their little golf carts, you know, and it's just a uber right-wing mentality, religious mentality around here that, oh, grow something other than potatoes, you big dummy.
Yeah,
You
Sarah,
might have a
what,
different political view.
yeah, Sarah, what you were saying about, you know, needing a none of your business to put for a gender marker. I'm not sure how many states have it now, but some states have been getting on board with the option of just putting an X for the gender marker on the driver's license.
Not talking about driver's license. That I don't really mind because I don't really use it very often. I don't look at it. But I mean, like whenever I'm filling out forms or applying for something,
Yeah.
if it's not medical, I don't know why they need to have my gender. I just want to have a none of your fucking business option because it's none of their business and it
Yeah,
doesn't
You know
matter.
what's beautiful? You know what's beautiful here is if it's not medical, they will ask you. It'll either say male, female, other, and then have a line so you could write in non-binary, whatever you are. But even the medical offices lean more towards that. What do you prefer thing? You know, like we have patients all the time that call it. We've just had a patient today that his wife their wife came in and said, can you please change his name to this in their chart, or their name to this in their chart, is how she said it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, okay. You know, Michelle was like, B, her husband's transitioning. And I was like, cool, man.
A lot of our forums here in Michigan say prefer not to say. That's the big thing.
Okay, well, that's nice.
Now,
to have the
what's
option.
going on.
There is an option there, but they're also
and
ducking
it's
out
good.
of the real thing at the same time. But I mean,
Or-
you know, I like the
exactly.
fact that
they're not
I really
addressing
can't-
the actual thing.
Yeah, right.
They're just
And
generalizing.
I can't complain because where I live is so fucking liberal and people are so fucking cool here. And people are either just jerks or the rest of the 75% to 80% of the population are just nice people. And everybody's they just don't care. Just don't be a dick. It's literally like that here. That's what made me think of using it on my show, is because that's how it is
Yeah.
here. If you turn into a dick, like some guy ran into our store and he was on meth and he had a rock, and this big Spanish guy came out of nowhere and just fucking took him down. And the dude was trying to bite him, and I was holding the dude's head. And this is when COVID started. And dude didn't have a mask on. His wife ran out to the truck and grabbed him a mask because he dropped it somewhere or something. It was on the floor. She's like, we ain't putting that back on your face. And she ran outside, got him a mask, put it on his face while he's holding this guy down. This guy's jacked up on meth and everything. I was like, dude, what can I do for you? Thank you so much. Because I worked there. And I was he was looking at people like this with the rock. So I was distracting him because there was nobody behind me. And I had part of a shelving unit that I could duck behind, you know? So I was like ready for that shit. So I was like, dude, look at me, man. Look at me. I want to help you, but you gotta calm down. I want to help you, but you gotta calm down. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do, but to distract him, you know? So I kept just trying to engage him. So he kept looking at me and he was just sitting there like this with this rock looking at me. And I swear to God, I was so focused on him. I didn't even see that big dude coming. It was just like out of nowhere, dude was like, boom, down like that. But anyway, so I said, you know, well, let me do something for you. You know, let me, do you want like a case of beer? I'll go buy you a case of beer. I'll buy it out of my own pocket. Like, I appreciate that much. And he was like, no, you don't owe me nothing. Just need to be done. That's how people are here. I was driving. I was at a red light. Now, this has never happened in my life.
Wicked.
Never in my life besides somebody like honking the horn at me, right? I was at a red light and I had left my gas cover open on my truck. And I heard, yo, bro. And I looked like this, and I looked in the mirror, and some guy's running my truck. I'm like, what the fuck? And I looked my head out the window like that. He's like, you left your gas cover open. And he slammed it closed and ran back to his truck and jumped in the driver's seat. And as he was running back, I was like, thanks, man, I appreciate it. He's like, I got you, bro. And he jumped in his truck. Never seen that good, probably never see him again for the rest of my life. But people are just good people here. So I'm actually in a place for the first time. That's one of the reasons I can do this now. Because I'm in a place that they're not going to judge me for it. My bosses were like, cool. Like, that's how it is here. My one boss said, can you just do me a favor? And I said, what's that? She goes, only change your name once a year. It takes me a really long time to remember a new name. And we both laughed. Like, he was just kidding around. But like, just it's cool
Yeah.
here, you know, whatever. I've told some people I used to work with, and they were like, "Good for you, man." You know, well, why didn't you do this sooner? You know, so it's just like that here. And I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. But I mean, I'm intentionally lucky because I moved here for a reason. I knew it was liberal. I knew I could be more myself. So, Seraphim, you were going to say something because you unmuted and then you remuted. So go.
I was gonna ask what you changed your name to.
Oh, I don't know if I want to tell her, but I don't know if I want to dox myself.
Oh, I thought you already did. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, no, that is.
I think it would be
I'm not
better
making that one public
later
because that's
on.
going to be my official name. But I did.
Oh, I
make
thought you
it-
picked like a name on this, or you're just sticking with B. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I found a name that starts with BE to use, and that way it would still. I could still use B as a nickname, and it'd still be like part of my name, like it is now. So, yeah. But anyways, neither here nor there. But
Randy?
yeah, Randy.
Oh, I was just gonna say my dad wanted to name me Horsworthy Barnes Fellow Hayfire Stack and Smoke Randall Magley. And I'm like, why did you want to do that? And he's like, because your mom's a bitch.
Okay.
These two correlate how?
I have no idea what that conversation was about, but I'm just saying, you know,
Yep.
choose your own identity.
Yeah, one of my foster brothers had 5 names, so it could never fit it on the forms.
I usually
Whatever,
just get
keep
asked
adding a
what's my
name on
first
every time
name.
they brought him into the house.
No,
Sorry,
because
Sarah. Sorry.
he was also the third that his father and grandfather had also both had 5 names each.
Actually, I think the thing that I was going to say was when we were talking about helping people, I was in Walmart yesterday, and there was a woman with a cast on her leg, and she had a toddler, like the 2 stacked, you know, toddler freaking push things that they got, and she had one just bawling his eyes out, and she picked him up. She had a cast on her leg, and the other one is squirming out. So I talked that little feller into getting back into his seat, and I helped her out, and I opened up a few Walmart bags. And for some strange reason, the line that I was in, they needed to change the paper or something, and the person that was before me took frickin' like a half hour. So here I am helping people bag up their frickin' groceries and shit for 3 aisles, waiting for my receipt to come out. And I look over, and there's this like Chinese-looking woman giving me the eye, like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "What the hell are you looking at?" Yeah. And I figured out later on, hey, you know, she's looking at somebody who's, you know, being a good guy,
Right.
just helping
Yeah.
everybody out, and you know,
Yeah, cool.
that's what I took it as.
Yep.
Yeah, Purple, you guys talking about voices, and I get a lot of... So here's the thing, like, if I'm doing customer service and I'm trying to be nice, I'm like, "Hi, how are you today?" Right? But if I'm just being really serious with someone because they have a problem, I speak to them like this. They think I'm a guy. And I don't find I'm not offended by that. But then if I say something like honey or sweetheart, they're like, "That's offensive. That's demeaning." And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh, they think I'm a guy. Fuck. So like I have to retrain my brain like that.
My work doesn't let us do
Because-
say that.
Well, yeah, but I work in a doctor's office with a bunch
I
of
know.
old people who need some extra love. And most of them are
Yeah.
totally cool with it. I've just had 2 of them do it. And both of them, I
Mhm.
realized they thought I was a dude. And they didn't
Well-
even hear my name. And at the end towards the end of the conversation, they were like, what was your name? I didn't even hear you. And I was like, B. And they were like, "Okay, hi B, thanks for all your help." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." I mean,
Yeah.
it's non-binary, but when you think of women, B is more feminine, you know. So but
Beyonce.
yeah, anyways, it's just funny. Like I'm I'm trying to train myself to not say honey or sweetheart anymore right now, or dear, or any of those,
Yep.
you know, affectionate type titles. I'm trying to get back into, like, mentally back into, I'm doing like sales. It's got to be ma'am and sir kind of shit, you know, because I don't want to offend anybody.
Yep. Yeah,
People
it's
get
hard
pissed
for
off when
me
you
too.
do ma'am and sir too, though, because like that makes me feel old. I'm like, I'm from Georgia. I can't help it.
I really only use ma'am and sir when someone's irritated. When they're irritated and I know they need a little bit of somebody to listen to them and show them some respect, I will use ma'am and sir in that condition.
Well, and even
And like, I'll get on the phone with them and be like, hey, this is B. How can I help you today? And they're like, da 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 da. I'm like, oh, yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. You know, and I get dead serious. But the rest of the time, I'm pretty casual to patients. You know, a lot of the guys that call in, they call in and they're like, hey, and I'm looking, I can look at the phone and see the caller ID, but not all of them have it on there. When it does, I start typing their shit in the chart, their name, so I can pull them up. So as soon as they ask me a question, I can look into it and there's less of a delay because the phone just rings constantly. So, so like one of the guys will call in and I'm like, hey, hey, I need to talk to you about blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's your name? And they tell me their name and I'm like, oh, hey, bud, what's up? And they're like, hey, what's up, B? You know, like, it's just cool and casual. Most of the patients we have are really just laid back, cool people. So it's hard for me not to be casual with them.
Well, I'm also
go ahead.
suffering burnout. I hate my job now, but I don't really qualify for anything else, so I'm kind of stuck in it. But
Yeah.
hate it so much.
Yeah, well, you know, I hated all my jobs for years, and this is the closest I've ever been to being, besides when I was when I was did an EMT shit and worked with paramedics. That I fucking loved. Although it was really a rough job, but as far as really the jobs I've ever had, this has been pretty much my favorite job.
My favorite job was whenever I worked at a newspaper in their graphics department. I got to play around with Photoshop all day, and I loved it so much. But unfortunately, newspapers are kind of no longer, you know, the in thing, and I don't have the proper training to do graphics or anything like that.
Yeah, electronic shit. Yeah, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, that was in like 2007. It's been a while.
It is a whole new world, though. Everything is always changing.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Junie said, "Purple, you and Jenny have a softer and lighter voice in person." Yeah. And then hold on.
Well, I hate my voice when I, wind up listening to my own videos. But I guess it doesn't necessarily sound masculine to anyone because I've had enough people online who have been thinking that I was female from the start. So
some of us just aren't, and the bottom line is people will be like, oh, you have a deeper voice because you smoke. Yes, my voice went down about a half an octave-ish because I smoke. But the bottom line is when I was in school and all the girls' voices went up and all the boys went down, mine went down. So there's just nothing, and it has nothing to do with anything in the fact that, and if for anybody that doesn't know, it is the length of your vocal cords. I mean, you think about it. If you have a small drum and you hit it, it's going to be high pitched. If you have a big drum and you hit it, it's going to have a deeper pitch to it. That's exactly what it is. We're vibrating these things, and the longer they are, the deeper the sound comes out, and the shorter they are. And usually the smaller, that's why little, small, skinny people have little tiny voices. Yeah. That's why. Because they have less of a neck. They have shorter vocal cords. It sounds more pixie-like.
Daddy sing bass. Mama sang tenor. Me and little brother get going right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just like fretting on a guitar. That the lower down the neck that you pull it, you get a lower pitch with it.
Yeah. It's true, though. I was in choir when all that happened to me. And my voice started changing a little later than most people, and it was very quick. I didn't have a lot of the warbly shit for very long at all. And it just fucking dropped. And I went to school the next year, and we all went into choir at whatever period, 6th period or whatever it was. And we all went into fucking choir, and my choir teacher was like, I need you to move over here. And I'm like, over here? And I scoot over, and she's like, no more. No, over with the guys. And she was like, there you go. Stay right there. And she put me over by the, right on the lighter side of the baritones. I was like, okay, what is it? Is it alto? Is it tenor, alto, baritone, or is it alto, tenor, baritone?
I haven't done music in a while, so I don't remember. So don't ask me.
They always said I should
Tenor,
sing tenor.
alto,
10 or 20 miles
baritone.
away.
Yes, so I was in between the altos and the baritones. That's where I was. She considered me a low alto and almost a baritone. Yeah. And that's when I was 16.
That's why in saxophone they desire the alto saxophone in most songs, because in general it's in the middle, like middle
Right.
C.
You could do a little bit of everything with it, right? Makes sense. Secular pagan mom says they are alto. I don't know. What do you go by? I don't even know. I just always call you SPM. Do, ra, mi, fa, oof. Okay. Okay. Not how I learned it, but all right, Ox. Yeah, honestly, Sarah, I don't think most people like the sound of their own voices. I don't think you should feel bad about that. I don't like the sound.
Whenever
I don't like the
hear it,
sound of my own voice, and people tell me it's soothing, so I don't fucking know. I don't.
That's what I keep hearing, the more YouTube people I talk to, that none of them ever like their voice when they have to edit their own videos.
mine is the fact that whenever I try to listen to my voice back, it makes my brain short circuit. Like I cannot function. Like
I know.
We have a new supervisor, and my previous supervisor had an agreement. Like, I do not want to listen to my calls. Unless it's something I'm curious about, I don't want to hear it. Because I won't listen to it. I won't learn anything from it. He makes us do it. He makes us listen to the calls. And I have no idea what goes on in the call because I can't focus on it because I'm too short-circuited by my voice. Like, I just can't listen to what's being said. And
That's because you're a kitten.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
And there goes that giggle.
No,
That's cute.
they've actually shown that if you record a cat
Yep.
and play it back to them, they find it very distressing.
Oh, well,
Cats do not stand
that
their
makes
own
sense.
voice.
Mhm.
However, if you play the meow of a different cat, it doesn't bother them. It's only their own.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, my cousin, I sound a lot like my cousin. We sound almost identical on recordings. So there's, like, some kind of thing that they had of a family function. Like, there's my cousin and myself. We're talking off camera. I have bad memory, so I don't remember which of us is which. The whole conversation is fine for me until someone points out, like, oh, this is Sarah talking, and this is her cousin talking. Then it starts to bother me, because then I know which one's myself and which one's my cousin.
Yeah.
But before that, I'm perfectly fine with both of them because as far as I'm concerned, it's one person talking.
Wow.
Yes,
Feel lucky
SPM, I am
somebody wants to
also
hear you.
ADHD, so I get it. I'll just sit there and talk. My brain never stops, so that's why I smoke pot, because it makes me like.
Yep. Focus.
I did that to the girl at work today. I switched subjects really quick and went back to a subject we were talking about like 10 subjects before that. And she was like, what? And I said, oh, so-and-so, this and that. And she was like, oh, okay. I had no clue what you were talking about. I was like, sorry. It just
Yeah, I
jumps.
do that a lot too. I confuse people with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It can
I
be
do that.
irritating, but at the same time, it's kind of good because what happens to me is we'll be talking about a patient in some situation. And then later on, I'll go, oh, I just remembered this piece of information that can help that patient. And then I'm like, oh, they had that blah, 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 and she's like, what? What? Who? Like, oh, the patient from like 30 minutes ago. So, yeah, go ahead, Sarah. I'm sorry.
I don't, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I keep getting asked if I have it because I have the short attention. I have the attention span of a goldfish on crack is what I usually tell people because I don't have a short attention span. I'm not very good at focusing. If I am focusing at something, it's like 5 or 6 different things at one time.
Just trying to picture a goldfish on crack.
It's pretty funny, and usually
That's what I
it's
came
very
up with.
accurate to me because I'm very, very hyper. So,
That's great. That's great.
My fiance used to like me to read her to sleep.
Yeah.
I also get asked a lot of times why don't I work at like a sex hotline because apparently people think I should work there.
Oh, I
now
could see that working for you. You could make money on that.
Oh yeah, she could totally do that, especially with that giggle she has.
Yep.
That would
Wow.
totally That would totally work. That just reminded me when my kid was little, and every time, because her father and I would switch her back and forth between us, right? And every time I had her, she always wanted me to hold her against my chest, and I would like just talk to her or sing to her and just keep going like that. And she would always fall asleep on my chest like that. She loved it when she was a baby, until she was like a year and a half or so, and it wasn't as cool anymore, you know. But for that first like year and change, she loved that. And I never thought about it, but being that I have a deeper voice, it vibrates through your chest. So even when you're talking quiet and whispering and whisper singing or whatever you're doing, they can feel that vibration. It's comforting to them because they hear your voice more like when they were in the womb. It's more of a vibration than a sound. So I think that's why she wanted me to hold her like that.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. I just never thought about it till Purple said that. Thank you, Purple. That's a cute thought there. I'll have to get a hold of my son and embarrass him in front of his girlfriend. You're so cute.
Here's a picture of you in the bathtub.
Yeah.
It embarrasses every kid.
I have a horrible picture. And of course, you know, he was born she. So at the time, big blue eyes, prettier than mine. I'm still mad about that shit. What the fuck? Gave the best genes to her. Big, like blonde, banana curl hair, same as I had. I basically duplicated myself with better eyes. And I have in the picture, like my hair is permed. And it's 1992.
Oh my Jesus, a perm.
I had
Lord.
a fucking perm because I didn't know what to do with my hair. Because my hair, when it was long, it was just unfucking controllable. And I permed it, and I was like, "Oh fuck it," and I just let it go all the time. It just stuck out wherever. Nobody ever said anything.
I could see you with a perm.
Like,
see, the thing about
it was
myself.
horrible.
Well, perm straighten my hair out because my hair is really curly, so they just relax the curl in mine, or they used to. My hair's not as curly as it used to be because I don't really take care of it because I don't have a car to go get my hair cut. That takes money.
Well, see, my hair is the opposite. My hair doesn't want to take a curl, and it's so thick. Like I have them thin it out on top whenever I get it cut, and it's still fucking thick as shit. And because it was like so thick, and I have so many cowlicks in my head. You couldn't fucking curl it. You couldn't do anything with it. It was either a ponytail and you make that cowlick, these two cowlicks go down flat, which hurt my head every fucking day, or it was just have my hair everywhere. So I cut a little bit up to my shoulders and then I went and permed it. And then I was like, fuck it. I just left it like that until the perm was gone.
Yeah.
And
my hair's too fine.
Yeah. I can't.
Mine just hangs straight. I can't do anything with it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I have the opposite problem. It's too fucking thick. And it gets so hot. Like my head gets so fucking hot.
Awesome. This one and that one.
Yeah,
They're
both
awesome.
the hairs. Both
So
hairs.
my friend that I usually hang out with, she's got really thick hair too. So half of her head is shaved, and she still looks like she has a really thick, full head of hair, and it's ridiculous. The poor girl.
Yeah, a mass amount of pin curls, bunch of little bitty curls, right?
Yeah, that's what perm.
Yeah, Sarah, for anybody that doesn't know, yeah, Sarah's got some curly ass fucking hair. Crazy fucking hair.
Excuse me.
We scared him. Oh noes.
Nah, he's just gonna go take a piss, come back.
That's actually a good idea. Potty break would be a great idea right about now.
Do it. It's a positive conversation. I'll talk to Purple. I love talking to Purple. You guys can go.
Well, don't talk bad about me. Or actually talk bad about me. Someone in the chat will tell me all about it. It's fine.
Okay,
I'll be right
yes,
back.
we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's talk bad about her. Her and that cute giggle. Fuck.
Well, I did finally settle on a name.
Did you?
And
Good.
I wasn't sure about it, but in my chat I decided that I can make the first name public, just not the last name.
Okay, what's your name?
Well, I'm going with tarragon, like the herb.
Oh.
So, I'm sure.
Wow, and you can do so much with that. You can do
everyone's
nicknames and
shorten
everything
it
off
to
that.
Tara, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But online, I'd still rather just stick with purple. That's what everybody knows already.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why. And I kind of did it for a couple reasons, because one of the only thing I liked about my name is that it flowed very well.
Mm-hmm.
And so my shortened name and my middle name and my last name always flowed very well. And so I wanted to keep my initials because I love them. And I wanted to make it sound kind of similar because I like the flow to it. So I think I did a pretty good job. I'll tell you what it is later. But
well, I found out that Tarragon actually means little dragon. And my fiance's pet name for me was Baby Dragon.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so that's why I want to stay with that one.
Oh, purple. That's so cute. That's adorable. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna send it to you.
And just to be clear to everyone, dragons are considered babies until they're about 300. So
that's
I've got
right.
a long way to go there.
And no, the middle name was not because of anybody we know. So check your Twitter, Perks.
Well, I was saying that I was going to change my last name to Aardvark just because everybody does everything alphabetically, so it put me on the front of the list.
I'm first. I'm always first. You fucking crack me up, Rimmel. That's why I love it. I never know, because you're like so serious and then you pop off with something that just could be true, but it's still fucking hilarious at the same time. Anyways, fucking love you, man. I love you. Great. Oh, that's so hilarious. Whew. If you see my Twitter, I have a few head and hair shots, says SPM. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know SPM was part Cherokee. That's it. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about the background before.
No, I mean,
But
no, I didn't.
I'd only
either.
run into him a few times.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was she because of Mom, but you know, I didn't know anything else. Just witful, funny person that pops up. So yeah. No, I'm glad that you talked to us, SPM. It's nice to get to know you better. So, hi, Rachel. The topic tonight is whatever the fuck we want to talk about, and we've been around the table. I mean, we're going all the way around the world on this one.
Come on in, Rachel.
Oh, Rachel doesn't go live. she's a
okay.
chat in the chat person. That's right, Ox. We'll talk about the first thing that comes up. So I need a good woman in my lap right now. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Well, have you heard about this big event they're organizing? The Global Prayer to End Atheism?
Yeah, I saw that. And then Jim Majors commented and said, T-minus 8 hours, nothing happens. Or 8 days or whatever it was.
I forgot which way my headphones go on, so I was like wearing my headphones for like about 2 seconds or so backwards, like, why can't I hear anything? Why is nothing working? That was why. Because the headphones are weird.
Oh, I only noticed mine because you know the boom mic will only come down one direction. So if I put them on the wrong way, the mic will be in back of my head.
That's the only reason I noticed, is because I wanted to tell everyone I was
hear
back.
me?
I'm like, well, shit. No wonder no one can hear me.
Speaking of which, did you guys see Lou Ferrigno can hear now? He got a cochlear implant.
Oh, God.
He cried when he can hear people.
Oh,
you're cool.
You're not making a joke. You're saying for real.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno can hear now because he got a cochlear
Oh, my God,
implant.
that's amazing.
Yep, and when he first heard people talk, he's like, you know, like the kids do, the same thing.
Oh, my
freaking
God.
out. What the hell? You know, and his brain adjusted, and he's like,
oh, I bet.
It just overwhelmed him.
I
And
bet. It's like seeing again or talking
I can see
again.
that happening.
Or for the first time ever,
Yeah.
rather. Yeah.
Well, somebody who's been deaf for his entire life all of a sudden gets his inner ear fucked with electronics and can hear shit out here and people talking to him. Yeah. That's
And the
gonna mess
funny
with your
thing-
brain big time.
The funny thing about that is with little kids, like little 2-year-olds and 1-year-olds, 3-year-olds, that they do that with because they used to hear their mom's voice in their belly, like we were talking about the vibration. And when they can hear, they literally like cry and say, "Mommy!" They're just blown away to hear it again because they haven't heard it since they came out of the womb. You know. Deaf
Well,
is
I
deaf.
still kind of
strange.
remember when I got my first pair of glasses, you know, and just realizing, you know, just all my life how limited things were.
So
Yeah.
my lack of glasses is why I was putting the
Mhm.
vocational classes in my school, because that was the one grade that I made a bad grade in. So before that I was all A's and I just could not see the board.
Yep.
And the teacher kept telling my mom, it's like, well, you know, Sarah's not dumb. Sarah knows the things. Like from before this, she was an A+ student. Like, she can't see the board. You need to get her glasses. And
Yep.
they just wouldn't get me glasses. Until finally my teacher's like, well, she needs them or else.
And I went through that in school too, that even sitting in the front row, I couldn't see the board.
Yeah, I was
And
sitting right in
I
the
was
front row.
telling them that, and it's like they wouldn't believe me. They just wrote me off as being a classic underachiever.
Oh,
See,
well,
with my
Because if I
kinda-
had
With my
paper on
English
the
teacher.
desk, they knew I could do the work, but I couldn't see
Right.
the board, so they thought I just wasn't paying attention to the instructions.
Yeah, my brother, he has a he had a sight problem and a reading problem. So, but he didn't want to tell anybody. He realized he was fucking up and he didn't want to tell anybody. So he kept his mouth shut and just failed a bunch of shit. And we didn't know why for a long time. And then finally mom got him glasses and everything improved like 70%. And we were like, well, there you go.
Wow.
And then we found out that he does have a learning disability. He's the only person in our family with any kind of, you know, because I don't consider autism a learning disability. I consider autism just fucking shitty. But he's the only one in my family that I know of that has any kind of thing like that.
Excuse
And
me.
it was hard on him because he was the only kid out of all of us, and we're all like running around and using these big words, and he's sitting there going like, "Fuck you." Because he can't absorb it. You put something in his hands, he'll do it like that, and he'll never forget it, and he'll do it the best you've ever seen. But give him a book, no.
I consider autism to have had some interesting advantages for me, so I don't consider it that bad.
Right. Like what?
For one thing, I think it's the reason the church indoctrination didn't take on me as a child. So I'd rather be autistic than Catholic.
Word purple.
That's a good one.
Fucking love.
You need a t-shirt that says that, sweetie. That is
You
amazing.
really need it. I'd rather be autistic than Catholic. Yes. Yes.
See, like, I probably have some issues, but mine were kind of overshadowed by the fact that my brother was mentally a child, so my family didn't notice any of my stuff. I was normal compared to him.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that I had was I did write backwards, but they attributed that to me being left-handed. So,
Well, I didn't get the autism diagnosed until I was, like 42 or 43.
I was going to get a bunch of my stuff diagnosed because my work was going to pay for the test with our old insurance. I had the test scheduled. I had everything planned. Shortly before I was going to have that test, we switched insurance and stuff like that was not covered. So I'd have to pay for the
that
test
sucks.
myself. Because the person I was seeing at that time was like, I'm pretty sure you're probably autistic. I know you have OCD. I know you have ADHD or ADD. She's like, I know you have a bunch of these things, but I need to get this test done so I can prove it and get you someone who can medicate you for some of these things because a lot of them are out of control. Like right now, I have trouble focusing at work at all, but I can't get medication for it because I don't have a diagnosis for it and I can't pay for that test myself. Or find a doctor that'll diagnose me because none of them are taking my insurance.
Honestly, I've never gone into a doc and said, or anybody and said, I want you to check me for this. Like, I've never done that.
I know.
And that's how I know I have ADHD, because people with ADHD don't have the fucking focus to go down and get tested to see if they have ADHD.
Yeah, I was there for other things because this was whenever I was in one of my really bad depressive phases. I'm in one of those now, but I'm forcing myself to talk to people. So hi, how y'all doing? Howdy.
There you go, Purple. Autheism.
Autheism. I love it.
Yep.
That is amazing to me.
I
love
actually
some
did
Judy
have
brain.
I actually did have to self-diagnose for it. That, you know, it's like I had known all my life that something was odd. And when I started hearing more about autism, then I was looking it up on the internet, and I found a quiz, but it was a quiz that was actually from a from a university place.
See, all of my stuff that I have that's like that, I just attribute to the fact that I lived in the middle of nowhere, cells never socialized.
Yeah. Well, I took that, and when I got the results from the online quiz, I showed it to everyone who had known me more than 2 years, and the universal response was, "Oh yeah, that explains a lot." So I took it and I showed it to the therapist I was seeing, and he's like, "Yeah, we probably should have caught that." So then he ordered the official testing.
Right. Just so you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this here soon. So we can continue talking, but a little bit. Yeah. In a little bit.
And we got Utah Outcast came in.
Yeah. Definitely.
Somebody who helps pay for my channel, even though he rarely is in there.
The funny thing, while we're talking about autism, the funny thing to me was, well, not a little bit of ha-ha, but at the same time, like another mind-blowing thing, is I found out about 8 or 9 months ago that one of our brothers finally, as an adult, got, well, of course, there wasn't tests for that shit, back then. He was born in 65. So, there wasn't like a bunch of tests for that shit. But he was diagnosed as being autistic a few years back. And when my other brother told me, I went, "Oh my God, this makes so much sense now." Holy shit. I understand him now. Too late, but now I understand him. There were so many signs. And we just didn't know what we just thought he was weird.
Diagnoses.
Yeah, everybody was just weird.
Back then,
if you were a little different, you were just weird. Yeah.
Hyperactive, whatever.
Work. Yeah, no, I know, man. I got 2 more days left. Weekend.
Yeah.
Thursdays and Fridays are short days.
Weekend. I go back to work tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, I do understand that. I was growing up in the 70s, and I understand, people really didn't know about any of this stuff back then, so most of it I can excuse. The only thing I can't excuse is that they didn't test me for being dyslexic, so that didn't come out until I was halfway through high school, even though they knew my sister, who was 5 years ahead of me going through the same school system, was diagnosed with it. You'd think somebody would have checked.
Nah, that makes sense. It would be convenient.
Right.
I hear a kitty.
You hear that? I was going to say, speaking of kitties.
Yep.
Yes, son. Everybody want to say hi? Oh, my lump.
You have a ginger kitty.
Aww.
I have a ginger and a gray kitty. They're brother and sister. This is my buddy. It's my boy.
My kitties are off exploring because I opened the door and they don't like the air conditioning nearly as much as I do, so they're off in the other rooms being cats.
Oh, these two love the air conditioning. They have very, very thick fur.
Like
their mom
they do like it.
Their mom was like,
daytime.
Those cats that have the short hair,
Mm-hmm.
but their fur is like really thick, and you can like run your fingers through their fur, and it'll be like that for like 2 hours.
That's Toes.
Well, that's
my cat Toes is like that.
Oh, see, okay, so you get it. But so that's how their mom was, but their dad was a longer-haired orange tabby. So they came out with medium-length, regular cat-length hair, but thick as their mom's. So they're very, very like soft. Like if they didn't have claws, these would be the best cats in the world to roll with. Because they're both so soft, you would just want to hold them and pet them all night. Like they're that kind of soft.
See, that's the thing with Toes. She is like that. She's soft and she's fluffy, and she's also chunky because she doesn't get to go outside anymore. So she's like the perfect cuddle cat, but she just doesn't like to cuddle, and it makes me sad.
Yeah. Now my girl's not very cuddly unless she wants to be. It's got to be like under her terms and conditions because she's a female. But my
only
boy is
cuddly one
he's
is
a
Gigi.
big fucking baby, and he rubs his face on me, and most of the time he sleeps within like a foot or 2 inches of me. Like he's just yeah. Going on vacation for like 2 weeks?
Where are we going?
Fuck, where are you going, man? Start a Patreon. Well, that's very sweet, but I never ask people for anything. I don't know how to do that.
You know,
I have, but I cut it off.
Mexico.
recently
Dude, I went
because
to Mexico. What part of Mexico?
this month. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
it's
she
okay.
was
I'm just
talking
trying
over
to.
you, Randy.
I
going
just
to
have a GoFundMe
Cancun,
trying to fix my car.
Nice. I went down to the Riviera Maya back in 2006. It was right after I almost died, and I said I'm gonna spend every dime in my savings account, and I'm going to fucking Mexico.
Yeah.
And I went down there for 2 weeks, and we snorkeled and we swam with all kinds of different tropical fish, and we played with big ass macaw parrots that were just everywhere. You could pet them and feed them, and there was spider monkeys. It was just fucking. It was awesome. I'm so happy for you, man. Have a good time.
Old world monkeys or new world monkeys,
Yeah. They
right?
were
New
really,
world
really,
monkeys with
really
the nostrils
cool down
pointing
there.
straight out instead of down.
Yep.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, B,
Evolution.
I'm not even halfway as far as monetizing. I've got like 470 subs.
I only have like 25 more than you, Perp, and I don't
Yeah.
even know why.
Yeah, but
You know, really what it is a bunch of my old tiny home people are still subscribed to me.
Yeah.
And they randomly, one of them will stop by and say, hi, just checking on you, B.
Yeah. Well, and
They're just
you know,
nice people, so they leave me on there.
I
I'm
haven't
just lucky.
I haven't pushed it or anything. I'd actually originally just set up a Patreon just to reserve the name so nobody could use my name on there.
Oh, that's not a
And-
bad idea.
You know, I put the link in the descriptions for my chats, and that's about it. But you know, now I've got like 8 people each sending me $1 or $2 a week, so it's not
Right.
a lot. But you know, it pays for the subscription to the StreamYards.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do pay that out of pocket. That wouldn't be bad to have that reimbursed.
It also leaves you know that there is confidence backing you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's always a good feeling.
Well, yeah, it's also been that there have been times that I just felt like, you know, I really don't want to do this week. I'm just not up for it today. And, you know, yeah, just realizing that, yeah, there's at least a handful of people out there that think that it's important for some reason.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I always just feel like, am I just, am I asking? I don't want to sound like I'm begging for anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just
That's
don't,
when you
I don't
threaten
know.
them. Just be like, give me
I
money
put
or
my
I'll
Patreon.
I'm just one of those. I don't
Unless
know,
you're into
man.
that,
I was
then I won't do it.
raised that if you're good or you're surviving, at least that you don't ask for anything. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I mean, I have
What,
a
Randy?
Patreon,
Well,
but I don't
I have
know.
to add. I have a
Go ahead.
Patreon, but I put it on hold for the month of August because I'm going through a bunch of medical stuff. And right now I'm having a hard time playing harmonica because I had a biopsy done down here on the inside of my lip, between my lip and jaw. And I'm waiting to see if I have cancer. And
Oh,
this is
shit.
the second form of cancer that I have. If it shows that I do, then the other one is bone cancer. So one's going to cut half my face off and the other one's going to kill me. So it's just fucking hilarious. There's
Well, that
not
sucks
enough
ass.
laughs to go around here. So I'm waiting to see if I'm going to get my face cut off or not. Holy fuck, before I start playing a bunch of videos and stuff, because it's just, could you imagine that big old hole right here? It's like, that was in the key of A minor, folks.
I have seen someone who had one of those tubes in their neck from having mouth cancer playing harmonica using that. So just it's doable. You can do it.
I don't even know how to
Yeah.
use this shit.
Yeah, well, I've overcome I have overcome a lot, but something like this happening, I'm pretty worried about it. It's just a couple days before I hear the results, and I'm pretty sure either way I'm going to get something cut out of my face, one way or the other.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to heal up first, not play harmonica because I beat the living shit out of it, just reefing on that fucker. So if something's in there inside my jaw, my lip, and everything, it's going to start tearing shit open, muscle structure, armature, all that. So I'm officially on hiatus for any kind of videos, even Patreon. I shut that off, so nobody's paying me for content that I'm not going to show. It's just only fair. But I just thought, I'd make this announcement. I don't know why, probably because I'm buzzing and shit. But just to add to the conversation, hey, I might have cancer. Yay.
Well, so the thing is, so if you do the videos, you'll at least have the record of those things, so that we can have them as memories. Unless you think if that does happen, it'll make you hurt more and make you be like, oh, damn, I can't do that anymore.
Well, it depends on the situation. I do have the fedora already, for my character, the harmonica man. And I got black mask and everything, and I can always run around, even if I don't got a good face attached to me, I can always run around. The shadow knows what evil lurks in the hearts and minds of men. And all that shit.
Well, and online you can always go to using an avatar.
Yeah, and you can also do like a computerized voice or something along those lines too. So if anything does happen, you have those videos of you playing the music, so that way you have those memories and you don't have something set up for later.
Well,
I don't know.
Make your music
That's
and
a lot of
record it
different
now.
decisions.
Well, that too, yeah. Make your music, record it now, so that way if something doesn't happen, you can be like, "Hey, life sucks.
Yeah,
here's my music."
That's what I'm saying. I had a biopsy last week, and I'm still healing from it. I tried putting a harmonica in my mouth, but I got a big old freaking sore center right here on the inside. And it's not like, just playing along the lips or whatever and breathing in or out or whatever. You got to have an embouchure of everything going on in every little muscle structure, everywhere in your face, jaws, and throat. Every little fiber you have to use for this instrument. And you can feel every tinge and twang stretching it's not just your breath and vocal cords. You're using everything as a echo chamber kind of deal, and you have to adjust your muscle structure to do what I do if you want to be a pro. And it hurts. It hurts bad.
Don't hurt yourself doing it, though.
I played harmonica
really.
Earlier today, and I drew blood again. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go eat candy instead.
What kind of candy did you eat?
I got some of them. You know how you get the orange slices with the sugar on the outside? Well,
I love those.
I got some. The mint ones. I had 2 of those today. Those were great. That I mowed the lawn.
I don't care for the mint
I haven't
ones,
had
but-
those in a while.
Yeah.
I like those on occasion. The thing that I used to hate, and I still do because I can't stand the smell of them, is those circus peanuts. I do not like those at all.
What? All right, I'm
Circus
not talking to you anymore. Seraphim, go away. You don't like circus peanuts? Screw you.
Well, the hell with you too.
Circus
Angry cow.
peanuts make good packing material, preferably if you're shipping them to a different state.
Yes, exactly.
I just don't let a
but not
mouse
the
in
candy,
there.
'cause
They'll eat
the
'em
ants will
all.
get into it.
Okay,
So
Sarah,
ridiculous.
I just looked at your GoFundMe thing. And one of the things I just want to say to the community at large is for all the fundraisers I've worked with, anytime somebody's put one out of there, Greg Hartwick is always one of the first people in there. He has donated to every fundraiser I've ever been involved in.
He seems like a sweet guy. I saw him in someone's chat earlier that I don't remember who it was.
Yeah,
Greg's helped me.
Yours. It was yours.
yep. He's
First
also
Patreon.
he's usually in the side chat on mine. He's also one of my Patreon supporters. Actually, he was my first Patreon supporter.
Hey, I have a question for Sarah from Hyde here. Why did the sperm cross the road?
Waffles.
Yep, I knew
No,
it.
it's because I wore the wrong sock this morning.
That's good.
Crunchy socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would be very comfortable, but you know. You do you. Whatever, you know, floats your fancy. If you wanna, you know, make love to the socks, make love to the socks.
Well, that's just a typical.
I know it is. I know. But remember to take them to the washing machine on a date. You know, it's really nice. Maybe get some nice floral detergent for them. Make it romantic.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm a very clean person. I used to be a janitor. I got like 30 years experience doing part-time janitorial work, and I cannot stand any dirtiness around laundry, bathrooms, kitchen, anything like that. It's just white glove inspection all the time. It drives everybody else nuts. I go to visit somebody else, and I'm adjusting their goddamn Kleenex on their coffee table and stuff. They're like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, it's wrong. Where's your feather duster? I'm straightening their pictures up and everything. It just bugs the shit out of me. I got that much OCD. I go over to somebody else's house and start cleaning their house for them.
Oh, hey, Randy, when you coming over, man?
What do you mean?
You'd hate my roommate.
Well,
Clean your
you
whole
said you were
house?
going to clean people's houses, so I'm wondering when you're coming over here because mine's a mess. I need me a good woman to come in and clean this shit, man. There.
Are you going to
There you
make
go.
him?
Made fucking
1 week
Patreon.
from now, I'll be there.
Are you going to make him wear a maid's uniform or something?
Peer pressure. Oh, fuck no. I don't want to see a guy like that. Coveralls and a fucking t-shirt are fine, just as long as my house is clean.
Oh, okay. I was just trying
I
to
love
make
you,
sure there's,
Randy.
like, you know,
Love you like a
do
brother, man.
yeah, just trying to see if there's like a uniform required to clean, or if it's just, you know.
Yeah, clothes.
whatever.
Unless you're a very unless you're very stop. I will kick you out of here. Unless you're a very feminine of male of birth person who
It's official,
doesn't
be
mind
like
being the
the
bitch,
femboys.
you wouldn't get along with me very well.
It's official. Be like the femboys.
No,
I'd probably fuck
I'm
one.
very dominant.
But they would never get their dick touched, so that would be their problem. They'd have to do that shit themselves. So I don't like dicks unless
now
it's on me.
that's
the only one I wanna ever touch.
that's a thing of mine. I advertise that. Do you want to touch my dick? $3.75.
Are you trying to get me kicked? Are you trying to get my shit kicked off of here? Don't say that shit, dude.
Just gonna get all of us banned from the YouTube.
No.
You can say the
I'm
word
just-
dick. I don't
I'm
care,
just
but don't
adding
say
on to-
anything about
I'm just
any
adding on to what
innuendos of someone touching
you
it. Don't
said.
do that shit.
you said.
You make me smoke more
innuendo.
pot, Randy.
In whose endo?
Because I didn't already just pack it before you made that comment. It's all your fault.
It is. You can blame the bald guy.
It's always the bald guy.
Okay,
Fucking
now
old
you,
cishet
Yeah.
pervert.
All that testosterone. Ugh.
What
Now
does
your
that
chest-
mean, Ox?
Yeah, that's the stuff I sprinkle on my fries.
B, I'm the abbreviation for street.
I think that was first. I want to think.
I don't know what Ox was talking about.
Capital
oh,
ST.
Oh, but you're first.
Really?
Yes, Ox. Yes, Ox. We'll take care of you first, buddy. One of those really long,
Now you.
thick
Okay.
black ones for you.
You're getting on Randy just for saying he wanted to touch one, but you want to transplant mine, so.
But Perps, we had a deal. Look, I gotta push these things down.
Yep.
I feel so much better like that, by the way. Feels fucking great.
Got a wiener in my pocket. And
Photo
it fits
finish.
on a 10mm socket. I want to add
Wait a minute.
dick to
No,
me.
you're talking about no. You said make one. I didn't think you guys were gonna put
And that's
anything in
what
there.
she
Just
said
spread
to
the
me.
love.
Are
Oh
you
my
surprised
god.
they did that though?
Here we
That's
go.
the only reason they were asking was so they could do that. See, now you have to like have like certain tiers to give them like goodies for like their certain patronages and stuff like that.
According to my email, Ox was first. And thank you both.
Well,
I will take those dollars and I will put them right into the fucking StreamYards.
I have a plan. Since I never
Awesome.
expect I'm going to get like 10,000 subscribers, I'm just going to set a Patreon tier for $1,000 a month, and then I only need one.
See, I can't, man.
I don't
Purple,
produce enough
don't
stuff to
disappear
actually
and not
do
come
this
on my streams like you
Patreon.
did there for a while. I fucking miss you. You're so fucking awesome, sweetheart.
I just have periods when I got other things going on, that's all.
Oh, I will keep doing it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I will keep doing it. We have an awesome community, and I love talking to people and getting everybody to know each other and all that good fun shit.
I accidentally deleted my palette that I was using for my drawing that I'm working on. That makes me sad.
Actually, though, you do have to watch out what you offer people when you're doing the Patreon. Because, like, Rachel Oates, as kind of a joke, put something on there about sending somebody a lock of her hair for, like, a, $100 subscriber thing or something. Yeah, and she got a guy who not only took her up on it, but became a rather creepy stalker.
Oh, yeah. Well, ain't nobody getting tit shots off me, Perps. They're not even going to be around that much longer. See, Purple and I were
yeah,
making
you
a
can't
deal.
do that.
I told Purple, since we're both swapping about the same time, we'll just swap. I got really nice boobs for a 50-year-old. Perp's can have those. And then I said,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I want to
prove
make
it.
sure that it's a good deal here. Like, what you got, Perps, And Purple just kind of laughed first couple times. And the third time, Purple said, don't worry about it, V. Well, I got you covered. Like, well, we'll swap that. I'm good with that because these are pretty nice.
Yeah,
Saying.
well, it's
They look
not
good.
something I've ever been one to brag about. So.
Here you go.
I actually, honestly,
Have one of these.
I will tell you the truth. The reason my boobs look so good is because I have little water cysts throughout them. And so it makes them denser so they
I'm
stand out
sorry.
better. No, it's okay. It's not cancer or anything. It's just
Oh.
some women are prone to having water cysts. I'm one of them.
Okay,
They're
it's
just
not a pain
regular.
thing.
They're just little pockets of water. Like
Oh.
little, think of like
Yep, I get ya.
a,
Yep.
like the material, like maybe for long or thinner, and in a little pocket, and it's got water in it. Like literally, that's all it is. And there's like genetics and caffeine. We'll do that to women.
Caffeine.
I know I love caffeine. I've been drinking since I was 12. I'm not kidding, man. Well, actually, at 15, I finally got into the caffeinated with my mom.
Isn't that an evil baby cow?
Why
Oh,
not,
yeah,
Ox?
that's normal, isn't it?
Purple and I are like the perfect. All we have to do is like do the blood type, make sure the matching works.
Well, I'm O
Wouldn't it be
negative.
nice,
That's considered
Junie?
the universal blood type, so.
I'll just keep my boobs.
What are you,
Thank
Purple?
you. I'm okay with them for now.
What are you, Purple?
I'm O negative, so they pretty much consider I could be a transfusion
I'm-
donor for anyone.
I'm O positive. I'm positive that I'm O positive.
On a serious note for a moment, Diana, the lavender lady,
Yeah.
has finally got something approved as far as the starting to look for a donor for a kidney transplant.
Good.
Um,
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, Well, she had posted a link for it on Twitter a couple of days ago. I could probably find that, but basically it's the hospital that she was at, that if anybody, wants to step up to send their information to the hospital to see if they can get tested for being a match.
I would totally do that, but I only have one. I literally I can't even give my kid a kidney. And I told him if mine ever goes bad, I asked him if he'd give me one. He said, fuck yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Because, of course, your kid would be your most likely to be your match, so.
Yeah, I figure I can spare
can't
one
donate,
because I just don't
even
plan
though
to
I
drink
get
as
on my
heavily as
license.
most people in my family.
Yeah. Go ahead,
All
Randy.
the shit that I'm on, my blood is literally poison. All the shit that I'm on, my blood is literally poison to everyone else. I'm on the donator thing for organs and everything, but it has to be filtered out. All my organs have to be filtered before they can be donated.
Well, I mean normally they would. Normally, I think normally they do that anyways. Because you don't want.
I think they do. So I'm still, donating my body
but
to
definitely
science,
with you, right?
And then, and then when the perverts get done with me down at the damn college, I get to be burnt and then put in a goddamn military cemetery. But
yep. Yeah, I'm donating my body to science because I lived through that kidney thing and most people don't. And I think a lot of people would be interested in why.
Right, exactly.
Because, I'm just going to be honest. Like, my family, we
me-
have really good fucking genes. There's nothing that runs in the family that kills anybody. It's all been weird, random shit that's not been related. The only ones that were related at all were the heart attacks, and they were all, like, big, fat, Italian, pasta-eating, wine-drinking people that had alcohol issues. And so the people, I had the Italians on my mom's side and the Dutch Germans on my dad's side. Irish German on my dad's side that were drinkers.
There's a lot of artery cloggage.
And so there was quite a few heart
diets.
attacks and liver failures, but it's because they drink too much. It had nothing to do with genetics. Like, they just drank themselves to death. My dad used to drink a 12-pack every single fucking day. He'd finish a pot of coffee first thing in the morning and hit about 9 or 10 o'clock. He'd be done with that pot of coffee. Beer. Just beer all day. Every day. So...
My dad was like Monty
so I don't worry
Python.
about
He'd
that
come home and beat us, then make us lick the streets clean. We lived in a septic tank, and then he beat us with a broken bottle until we turned Christian. But no, seriously.
Holy shit. Thank you, Purple.
Okay, yeah, there's the link to the hospital if anybody wants to sign up.
If you guys also, if you wouldn't mind, each one of you, because you all know different people, if you guys want to grab that and put it out on like Twitter or something too, and like write a little note about it, that'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate that too.
Yeah, I had filled it out and I got an email from the hospital the other day, so they're going to get back to me after my trip. So I figured they would like mine just because I don't have any conditions or that would really be affecting it. So
we have a lot of O positives.
Out if it's a blood and tissue match.
Oh, okay. Wow, perps.
Yeah, I'm also like the universal donor blood type. I think it's like O negative or some crap like that.
Yeah.
But my family has shit genes. Like, no one on my mom's side has lived past 60 except for my aunt, who recently died at 63. And don't know about my dad's side because they told us to fuck off after my dad died. So.
Yeah, exactly. We were lint sucking coal mining stumps, and we liked it. That's about right.
Well, I got two of them, and I don't plan to drink
Ox?
as much as most people in my family, so I figure I could spare one. I probably won't notice it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I would.
You said because you. What
Not
did you
yours,
say
but I
about
mean
your
mine.
family before that?
I just don't plan to drink nearly as much as most of the people in my family do. So.
Oh, that's your liver. It's okay. Your liver processes alcohol.
Yeah, I thought the kidneys did.
So even if you decided to be an alcoholic, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
No, things that affect your kidneys are any NSAIDs, which are aspirin, naproxen sodium, blah, 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 everything except for acetaminophen. When they
Yeah.
go down to one, I'm going to tell you right now, you go down to one kidney, this is what they're going to tell you. Because I know. No aspartame. There's another artificial sweetener that they've come out with. I think it's on the list as well. It's kind of nasty. And no NSAIDs. Those are the big do not do's for kidneys.
Now that could be a problem. I mean, I don't care about the artificial sweeteners. I can't stand any of those to begin
Yeah,
with.
they're disgusting. I know.
But just because
Me
of my
neither.
arthritis, I'm
Yuck.
taking ibuprofen every day.
Well, they'd have to give you something.
You know what's really good?
Tylenol-based.
This is some advice I got to give y'all. This is what I do about every other day. And now the raspberries are ripe. It's a perfect time. Go take a walk out in the woods. Get a handful or two of raspberries or blackberries, whatever you need to do. Anything natural like that. They're sweet. Natural sun sugar processing. None of the bullshit that you're going to get at home. And then just go take a nap out in the woods or whatever. Take a lawn chair with you. And just make a couple hours of just relaxing and eating the things around you and foraging. Get as close to nature as you can possibly do for a day or two. Holy crap, it makes a difference. It really does.
Yeah.
You're going to be happy.
That was one of the few perks of when I was doing landscaping was, finding all the wild berry patches.
That's the one. I can say it's the one
know what
thing
I'm
I
talking about.
miss about living on the edge of the Northeast and the West, the Midwest, was going out in the woods and doing that kind of shit. Like here, you can go out in the woods, but you're not going to find like a bunch of berries or anything. Although I'll tell you something, there are apricots everywhere here this year. Like the apricots are crazy. You can drive down any street, and there's apricot trees everywhere. And they're a little smaller. They're only like this big. But man, they are fucking good. They taste so fucking good.
So my favorite thing is plum cots. And
Okay.
I don't have a car right now, so I have all my groceries delivered. And unfortunately, nowhere delivers most fruit. A friend of mine actually drove an hour away and brought me plum cots. Because I talked about how much I love them. And he's like, so what store can I get them from? And I told him, well, I usually get them from Kroger. So he bought me like a bag of plum cots from Kroger, and I was like so happy because it's sweet.
Yes, fruit
Oh,
is
that's so
bad. And I was
durable.
actually, by the way, real quick side note about that. I was mad the other day because I saw a commercial about, I think it was like Trulicity or something like that, insulin pen kind of commercial, one of those. And they showed a guy eating fruit out of a cup, and I'm like, no, you can't. He should have like a thing of vegetables. That's what he should have in his hand. But it's like grapes and
not something
pineapple,
sugary.
like the sweetest fruits they make that are loaded with fucking natural sugar. No,
Yeah, I can't have very
you
many
can't
of
eat
them.
that for diabetic. I know.
Exactly. Like I can have maybe a plum cot like a week.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They got this guy like on the thing eating it, and his granddaughter, whoever's standing next to him, sitting next to him watching. I'm like, give her the fucking fruit. What are you doing, dude? So
You
it's
know
just
what
a
I
fucked up
want to do?
commercial. Like, are you
I
encouraging
wanna-
people
I
to
want to
raise
get a
their
hold of X and Felicia,
levels?
and I want to get some of that Australian goddamn candy because it's got less sugar in it. I love candy, and I need sugar once in a while, and I need to have a little bit in the house. But I would like to just snack on something with a lot less sugar in it and just have actual flavor, not sugar.
Japanese candies
That would
do
just
that a
make
lot
my
too,
day.
though. So theirs aren't like super sweet,
Do
but they're
they?
really flavorful. Yes, if you go to like an Asian market, a
Yeah,
lot of
but
like
Japanese
the candies there.
candies.
Well,
the thing
not
that is
all of them.
Japanese candies, they've always come with grudge ghosts, and then they hang out in your house and say Japanese things and scare you.
Well, that's you give the kid like a thing of Pocky, and he's okay. He'll leave you alone. That's how you do it.
Okay.
Like the grudge ghost. Yes, just give him some candy, but you like give him a piece of the candy. He'll leave you alone. It's fine. That's all he wants is this piece of candy. It's a kid.
Okay, got it. Japanese kids are easy to please. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's true.
Anywho,
I feel like most kids are easy to please. Anyways, you guys, I do have to
Yeah,
get
they
off
are.
here. I'm very soon to my bedtime. I have to get up early, so
Yeah.
I live on the outskirts of town, so I have to drive like almost 40 minutes in.
I
So,
do not miss that
anyways,
drive.
huh?
I do not miss driving back. to
Oh
work.
no, I do
They're
not
gonna make
mind
us go
doing it.
back.
It's so quiet out here and nobody bothers me, and I have my own little piece of the property, and it's fucking so nice out here, and like I hear like birds and coyotes once a month. I hear a coyote or a couple horses whinny or a dog bark. Sometimes I hear a dog bark.
Neat.
So that's like loud. Like I'm like, fuck, somebody shut that dog up. It barked 3 times. And then it'll get quiet. I'm like, that's better. You know? It's like that out here. It's fucking great. So anyways, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you showing up every time, and does mean the world to me. Everybody on the panel, I love you guys, and you're amazing and brilliant, and I love the conversations we always have. We always get some laughs in, and we say some serious shit, and everybody's happy at the end of it. So yeah, I love that. So everybody out there, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and have some peace in your life.
Good night, all.